That's you.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive. Of the 33 chosen passengers, Ramnat, Pandey, Humphrey and Sudama, they wouldn't let the poor driver drive in peace. They distracting him and wouldn't cease. While he driving, they hitting him some big cloud. So he stopped the maxi and put them out. And to discuss their fate, they went to drink us straight by a club called 88. The driver called his sweet mouth friend Flash Gordon to give him some driving lessons. Flash appointed himself as the conductor, pushing around them passengers. Meanwhile, the car running about helter-skelter. Pedestrians started to scatter. Ellis Clark had to jump and run to stay alive. He says the new driver cannot drive. Questioning me so much about the driver. You want proof to show he can't maneuver. Well, boy,
Good afternoon, folks. Another independent talk.
Good afternoon, Igwe. Good afternoon, KB. Pleasant good afternoon to all the listeners, our friends, our colleagues, those who like us, those who don't like us, KB. The distractors, the enemy, the naysayers. Grenada is my constituency still. Real FM is my parliament for the time. And we are the people's spokesperson. And we are protected and blessed by the ancient of this. KB, this afternoon the program will take the format of, two words I want to speak on today and draw the parallel as to the behavior of this present administration. And then we'll play some clips from persons from this present administration and supporters of this administration and then we're going to ask some questions to the people. And as per usual, we encourage persons to call and vent. Do wait until the day in the polling booth to vent. A vulture is a greedy and ruthless person who preys on the weak, a person or organization that is eager to win an advantage from other people's difficulty and problems. The second word we're going to look at, KB, is dictatorship. A form of government in which one person or a small group of persons possesses absolute power without input from anyone else. And we're going to use these two words to characterize or to describe this present NDC administration, KB. And when we come here on the People's Parliament, we don't come to play with them. We come to give the information and give facts as to why we say what we say. Now, KB, we use the word vulture, and we say it is a greedy or ruthless person who preys on the weak. Persons or organization that is eager to win an advantage on the people, weak people. And we're going to quantify that, KB, by telling you this. The present Prime Minister, who at the time was the legal advisor or representative for the SGU, KB. Remember the pandemic?
Yeah.
And when they had these things in, if it was not, if you didn't take the injection, you cannot go to work. Yeah. Those workers was weak people, and he, through his legal bids, took advantage on those people. Vulture behavior. You remember the Calabash worker?
Yeah.
Weak person, advantage. They are less fortunate people in the society. The seed workers, advantage. The 150 from the seed program, KB, advantage. Mm-hmm. The non-payment of money to the faith organization workers, advantage. Yeah. Because these people are weak. The CJ workers, KB, advantage, and the over 2,000 persons that lost their jobs since this present Prime Minister has assumed power. So it is not just saying vulture behavior, but it is actually happening right before our eyes, KB. And this is the issues that confront us. Not making a song and dance about paying retroactive and so on. So you pay retroactive, but what happens to the 2,000 people who don't have work, KB? And that is the crux of the matter. And Igwe, I want you to line up a particular clip for me. I will send it for you, because you see, I like when I'm speaking, I give the rights to what is going on and to relate it to what I'm speaking of. So Gates, I will send you a clip. There you go. Line up the clip for me. That particular, I want that one first, because I need to speak to the people. So yes, KB. So this present administration, even before they came into office, and we warn persons of the behavior or what to expect should they elect this present administration. And true to form, they have not disappointed us. Because when you go after the marginalized, KB, and I'm not saying, because too often, and somebody tell me, boy, I just talk about the poor people, but it's not poor people alone they're doing that. Anybody who they feel is not a supporter, they're looking to marginalize them, KB. When you're ready, Igwe, let me know.
Almost.
They're looking to marginalize those people, the 2,000 persons, those from Carriacou, those from Paul's Airport, and all the workers between the CJs, faith organization, the seed workers, all the security, the final one is on the security, because they take all the security contracts and put under the Ministry of National Security to manipulate and to direct how it is done. And last Friday, KB, even the security in the financial complex, because they taking the contract from who have it.
Yeah.
So even the security are crying because they don't know what go happen to them.
Those in complex.
Yeah, in the financial complex as we speak. Play the clip for me.
Global pandemic continues to adversely affect global supply chains and increase the cost of food and fuel and worsen an already high cost of living. In light of all of the above, no one is coming to save us. We must save ourselves.
So no one is coming to save us, Kelly, because of the height of cost of living and all the other things. And that his words there.
Yeah.
But you still see what they're doing to poor people, children. Well, not poor people, children, to people who they feel do support them. So they feel the persons who have the contract was NNP people. So take the contract for them, not even considering the persons they have working with them, what would happen to them. And that is the hallmark of this administration. So all the song and dance made in Progress Pack, these are the issues that is left unaddressed, KB. Unaddressed. And that is the things we need to highlight and let the people know. I'm over to you now, KB.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Master Carl. Good afternoon, Igwe. Good afternoon, listeners of Real FM. You know, it's good to be here on Sunday, Independent Talk. And Grenadians, the war in Ukraine seems as though it's getting out of hand. The war in Africa seems as though it's getting out of hand. Oil price continue to rise. The US dollar seems as though it's under threat. And the world crisis look like it's getting out of hand. Whenever these people in the international community cough, we in the third world countries will catch the cold. The economic situation in Grenada is very, very bleak. Speaking to an Indian businessman the other day, and he said, KB, on a normal day, I usually make $1,000, $2,000 a day selling my store. These days I could barely make $300 and I have my staff to pay, but I can't close my business. I gave a young man a ride from Tivoli to Grenville the other day, and he said, KB, something ain't right. All of us in the home vote NDC, but everybody balling. Something ain't right. We have never experienced this thing before. My friend Omar Wickham in Tivoli Junction, who sells vegetables and other clothing material. She said, KB, for the whole day I will sit here and not a dollar, not one person buying anything. He said, KB, Nazim Bok and Tillman Thomas was priests compared to this regime. We used to say Nazim Bad as Minister of Finance. He was a priest. these people. I was in May attend May Day celebration, and I spend most of my time in the cow pen where Tau.
You see how they stand in the corp and taking out PTA like them, man?
Yeah, man, Tau were there having lunch. So I stood there with my friend Jude, and he said, KB, hey, no one going into the bar. No one. What is this people have to offer? I said, all NDC have to offer is photo and shake hand. Not long after, I see Mr. Dick, Honorable Dick and Mitchell coming by my back and meet me, smile, and I get my shake hand. I see that is what they offer. A shake hand, a hug, and a smile. Nothing else. Nothing else. They will take photo with everybody and smile as if though everything is normal. But everything is not normal. Speaking to this connecting team of Green Lake and Nawasa is really heartbreaking. And they say KBD among the long list, the amount of names done for disconnection is shameful, it's embarrassing, it's frightening. Some people come into the office crying. Please don't take off the water, because it's too embarrassing. You don't have pipe standards before, you know. When you take off someone water, could they go and ask the neighbor for a bucket of water? Water is life. Could you imagine a planet without water? Could you imagine a country without water? Could you imagine a home without water? Could you imagine? This government chose to put an increase on water.
Not only that, they need the assistance, they caught it, or they also assist people in paying their water and things.
Imagine that. I remember in Telescope, where you had down in Big Bay, we had one pipe. So a confusion in this pipe. Everybody come to take water at the same time or wash the pipe. And Sister Emily Pierre decided she would solve that problem. She instructed Nawasa to put pipe-borne water in every home in Big Bay. Solve that problem once and for all. The onus is on these people now to pay the bill. But when you increase the water rate and they're not working, it's best you had left the pipe on the roadside. So at least they can get some water to drink. You know how embarrassing it is when you have a family and you cannot pay your bills, the water bills, and you have to go by the neighbor or go in the river to get a bucket of water. Water is life. You understand? As they say, we get a government we deserve. But I don't think we deserve that kind of treatment. No, we all wake up every morning with similar aspiration. We want to live good. We want to be happy. We want to develop. We want to live in peace. You understand? We all have similar aspiration. But the government of the day, responsible, have that moral obligation to look after the poor and vulnerable in the society. Now, a lot of people stay home and did not vote. Some people say, hey, I'm not taking part in politics. Well, if you don't take part in politics, politics will take part of you. And that is what happened. You don't vote. Who vote? This government in power. The government will decide what you eat, what you wear, and how you pay your bills, if you could pay your bills or not. Because you did not vote. Other people who voted for this government, that government will decide your fate. They will decide whether they're going to increase price of sugar, increase price of electricity, increase price of cost of water, increase food, everything. They decide. You did not vote? Okay. Who vote? They will vote a government that will set the policy. And it will affect you. That is why whenever you go to vote, don't leave God out of it. Don't leave God as some discarded umbrella in front of the polling station. You go to vote. God is part of our life. Everything is that God is part of all or none at all. You look at the moral obligation of a political party, what they stand for, how much love they have for the poor, how much love they have for the country, and you make that decision. You cannot see. You cannot see. You ain't voting, you don't meddle. Let the government do as they like, or who want to vote, vote. You have that responsibility. I remember talking to someone, they say in Riverside alone, over 200 people who vote NNPIs because they vex. No. Those who vote making decision for you. Those who vote making decision for you. You done with politics? Okay. Who voting will make that decision for you? They go determine what you eat, what you wear, how your children go to school, if your children go to school at all, cost of living, whether the oil price will go up, whether it go down, whether the government will make sacrifice or the government will ask you to make sacrifice. You have that decision to make. That is why we always asking our NNP supporters, keep the faith, keep registering your young people, get involved in your organization, in your village, build the party, unite the party, and let democracy prevail inside of the NNP. And we could never go wrong. We could never go wrong. And I was told, hey, KB, you know, this government sell some of the shares in Grand Lake. I said, no. I don't hear it on the news. He said, yes. They take a Nicodemus position and they do it quietly in the dead of night. Few Grenadians know they sell the shares at Grand Lake because they starve for cash. You understand? As we always say, the pension will make them, the pension will break them because they don't think twice. They don't think twice. And we paying the price, this country paying the price today. That is why Grenadian, when Honorable Dickens Mitchell say, no one will save us, he don't lie. He don't lie. They're not prepared to save us. They only want to sail in smooth waters. Now the water is choppy. Now the water rough. They all want to move out. As one, my friend Goldtit said to me in the market yesterday, see, KB, he was in talk with a few top NDC, and they say, KB, the way they want you and Master Carl, the way they want all you to sue all you. I say, no, Master Carl good. We know what to say, what not to say. Understand? We don't come here to demonize people. We don't come here to scandal nobody's name. We deal with facts. We deal with the truth. You understand? Yes, it's painful. The truth might be painful, but you can't take us to court for speaking the truth. You cannot take Master Carl to court for coming out with the facts. You may vex, you understand? But in a democracy, we have different trend of thought, you understand? So we, in the New National Party, we on Real FM, we will not embark on demonizing anybody, scandalizing anybody's name, you know, or victimizing anybody. Hatred poison the soul of a nation. Master Carl.
Yes, KB. Very thoughtful insight. Very thoughtful inside KB. Now, corruption, KB, is a form of dishonesty or criminal offense which is undertaken by a person or an organization which is entrusted in a position of authority in order to acquire illicit benefits or abuse power for one personal gains. With that said, KB, the Honorable Andy Williams, I need to ask you a couple of questions. What is really going on with the lands cleared in Wall Street? Because you made big song and dance about thing. You had pictures and video and live. Did you contact the people, the owners of the land in Wall Street to clear it? Did you get permission from them? Because when we come to ask real questions. So Mr. Andy Williams, I don't know if you come back from New York right, but they go tell you. Massacre asked, did you get permission from the owners of the land in Wall Street to clear it? And what is the situation presently with you and the owners of the land? Secondly, the abuse of power for one personal gain. What is the agreement between you and that Trini man? We want to know what is the agreement between you and that Trini man to pick up old vehicles on the roadside, if it is to sell them for parts or to make money or for personal gains. Mr. Andy Williams, what is the arrangement, or is there an arrangement between you and a Trini man to pick up old vehicles on the roadside? And if, when you pick up the vehicle, is it for sale of parts on those vehicles? I don't know. And if it's for sale on those parts, who benefits from the monies derived thereof? Because we go continue to dig into that and we go ask you. So you have two things, Honorable Andy Williams, to answer. Well, we know you have a lot of things to answer about GDB. But Wall Street, your flagship planting flowers. Because we know in Lagoon Road, Camp and Nicholson thing, they say you try to take it. You try to profit off a next man toil. So like your lamp run out of oil. So Wall Street now, KB. We want to know if you get permission from the people, the owners of the land in Wall Street, to clear the land. If not, what is the situation with you and the owners of the land presently? And the second question, KB, because you come under abuse power for one's personal gain, like corruption.
Yeah.
So what agreement is there?
Yeah.
An agreement between you and a Trini man
For the old vehicles.
to pick up old vehicles on the roadside? And if so, is it a means to sell parts from those vehicles? And if so, do you intend to benefit from the gains of the past? I don't know, because we could ask questions, because your Prime Minister say he don't mind the scrutiny.
Yeah.
And he was on because Clifford keep asking me about you on being on Dr. Bob's show, but you didn't clear the air on Dr. Bob's show. Okay, so you had two questions for Mr. Andy Williams.
Yeah.
Because we want to know how to Wall Street, because we've seen all kind of song and dance about planting flowers and how do they call it, transformation. But we want to know if you got permission from the people to clear the land.
But why he always involved in questionable transaction?
And we want to know if there's an agreement or what is going on with you and a alleged Trini guy to pick up derelict vehicles on the roadside. And in picking up, is there the intent to sell those vehicles for parts? And if so, I don't know, because we have to ask questions. And if so, do you intend to profit of those parts? Because the abuse of power for one personal gains is corruption. So, unlike people who wouldn't tell you the truth, Mr. Williams, we like you. That's why we want to keep you on the straight and narrow. Because we realize you need help. Because I was in a church some time ago pleading your transgressions. You were saying how you transgress. And you ask for forgiveness. But before you get forgiveness, you have to come clean. Okay, you can't want forgiveness and still hiding.
No.
So, is it, because school children want to know if bubble there, what else can I sing, bubble?
The bubble.
Question, what we call it questionable dealings. But school children don't know that big word, KB. So they want to know if bubble there. So when they say that, I say, let me go. I say, Massacre go, might have to see that on the radio, so I check Scandal. I check, as they say, waiting for to sue me and KB. And then when I speak to the luminaries, they say, why do you think she's going to ask them some questions? So asking the questions. I don't impugn any improper motives. I just asking because people want to know the abuse of power for personal gains. So they want to know if when this vehicle pick up, if they go sell parts and who go profit from the gains. If it's personal gains. So I don't know. So Mr. Williams, apart from the GDP thing, you still have some questions to answer to the Grenadian public. Because like we say, even those who are to vote, those who are vote speaking for them, so I vote. I vote so I could talk. Can you tell me I didn't vote, KB?
Bubble.
I don't know if it's bubble there. Dictatorship, KB. We must touch on dictatorship. And call us, hold on, we will come to you, we will give all you enough time this evening to ventilate. But a form of government in which a person or a small group possesses absolute power without effective constitutional limitations, without input from anyone else. So 3 a.m. this morning again, KB, I was there pondering on what we should discuss on the radio today. Because he has so much thing to discuss, so much misstep. Like giving you a headache to know what to discuss, KB. It's like you go in your flowers garden and in full bloom. You wonder which one to pick. So the phone ring, I find I never see that number before. So I say, morning, where you get my number? They say, you have to see that on the radio. So I say what? They say dictatorship. Because they say Friday, you and Andrea and they mention dictatorship on the radio. But they tell me, go into the dictionary and here's that meaning. And that the one they give me, KB, a form of government in which one person or a small group of persons possesses absolute power. So I say I'll break down that thing for me, man, and say I can go on the radio and song ordinary, KB. They say, here they break it down for me. 2 envoys, 1 female from the diaspora, and the travel king. You see how a guy traveling every time. He just come out in Dubai and he in England. So you see 2 envoys. So they tell me they will give me the 2 envoys information later. So I say, I hope it's not the one in GDB. You know, you have an envoy in GDB too? The chairman of the board in GDB is an envoy.
Yeah.
And they say you have an envoy in GIS. Because they say you have an envoy, Gates, in GDB, who is the treasurer of the party. Okay, you follow me? They say you have an envoy in GIS, who is the PRO of the party. So when they say to envoy, I jump out my bed like a madman according to Krokro and say, Master Kali, you have to see that on the radio. And they say one female from the diaspora, since the advent of NNP in power, the power of the group, even same persons in the organization of the Vex KB and the Travel King, the man are traveling like thing going out of style. The Prime Minister. So they say, and they say KB going to know about that because he had the Central Committee, he had the RMC. He didn't make up of everybody. He's a elite few. So KB. So they say, so with that dictatorship thing now, because they had the thing well planned out, you know. This thing here only becomes my saying here by adoption, you know, KB. Because they say, if form of government in which one person or a small group of persons possesses absolute power, and they don't take in input from anybody else. And then they say two envoys, a female in the diaspora and the Travel King. So I'm trying to unfold. Because when a man, when a professor and him come and they drop it on you, you have to unfold. When the prophet and them prophesy, oh no, even within the Bible, when the man say, he see the shit, he was in the vision, he see a shit coming down with all kind of animal. Some saying kill and eat meat, every meat. Some saying no, you have to preach to everybody. So even that people have things. So even that parable they unfold on me this morning, KB, I'm still grappling with it. But then I speak to another person and they say, you have an envoy in GIS, who's the PRO of the National Democratic Congress. You have an envoy who is the chairman of GDB, who also the on Grand Leg Board, KB, who also is an agent in the CBI. And we hear the recent trip to Dubai by the Prime Minister about CBI and the Prime Minister. So they say, well, so they say that the nucleus are the power within the dictatorship in Green.
You don't understand.
And when we talk about dictatorship without input from anybody, because from July 19th, 2022, they know they're closing down marketing board. But they just fool people. They drop the thing on, or recently they drop it on the farmers and people are selling in the market without consultation. You understand? They drop the bi-monthly pay without consultation. They drop the Hoshimod bill without consultation equally. So all these things, that's how dictators operate. You understand? And dictators don't talk about the cell vehicle. The RAV4 cell. Dictators don't talk about who get more in GDB. So they saying, the latest thing with the GDB saga, I don't believe in. Who get telling people, you have other people who get and massacre local in the name. You lie.
Yes.
They telling people, tell Master Kali, you only calling with name. But you have who else get.
But we don't have info.
That's the shopping market.
You have info?
That's the supermarket. There where they go and shop.
You have info? Igwe?
They say 7 is complete. They cannot 7 of them. They say our 7 susu and my pass out already. But I'm waiting for them to break the news.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for them to break the news. Because when the news break, the place go open like book. So KB. So dictatorship.
That group, that elite.
Because you see, I doesn't like to come here and just say things willy-nilly. So they say the group is the two envoys.
Yeah.
The female in the diaspora and the Travel King.
We used to call them in the revolution the advanced detachment of
Yes.
the class.
Yes.
The advanced detachment. That elite make that decision.
And check the portfolio. Prime Minister,
Yeah, man.
National Security,
Yeah, man.
Infrastructure, the head in the GDP, the head in the GIS,
Yeah, man.
all thing, media, information, everything. You understand? And they need no consultation.
No.
They could just come and call Parliament and just run through the bill one time without consulting. So when the person draw to my attention, I sit up in my chair, you know, and I say, massacre, that person making sense.
Yeah.
Because with what going on in Grenada with this dictatorship, because remember, KB, the Prime Minister told us, you know, in no uncertain or no ambiguous way, that we go get information on our needs to know when he determines when he need to know. You know. That's how a dictator operated.
Yeah.
So we don't just come in here and call dictator, you know. We quantifying why. We saying we quantifying this small group with absolute power, and we quantifying the actions at the same time. Ego, you get it? So I don't know. So they talk about it two envoy, but you have two envoys and no, because they what announce it, Mr. Joseph and that announce it. And one supposed to be in GIS, which is he's the PRO. I don't know if he's an agent in the CBI too. I don't know. But you have a other one what head in the GDB, the board of the Gazette. They on, I think they on Grand Lake board too. I think them is an agent in the CBI, and them is the treasurer of the party. So I don't know if it's these two envoy, I don't know. And then they say all of a sudden, some lady in America, in the diaspora, as they call it, get so much of power just so that even people who say they work hard to ensure the victory vex. Because they just call me 3 AM too. Don't feel it's only people what don't vote for NNP just call me 3 AM. They just call me and tell me things when they get in hars. Like they'll say when you had some walking poles and husband getting fortnight this week, wife getting fortnight next week. They just call me and tell me, and they'll tell me to go and say it on radio. So don't believe it's NNP people alone who just tell me things to say on the radio.
Information.
KB, you touch on it. We don't want to call the person name because for them to victimize the person, we give somebody a right. We won't even say, and I don't want you to say if he's man or woman, KB. And they say, they say the least for disconnection in now. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I tell the person, I say, but I don't say that because when I say it on the radio, I don't want people to say I lie. The man say, what? The amount of people are there on this list to be disconnected.
No,
because I know the NNP administration had what you call the Needy Assistance Program,
Yeah, man.
which the National Democratic Congress used to call handout.
Yes.
So they used to call it. Which the Minister of Labor, the Attorney General, used to say needy and greedy. Because I hear she did some on old talking Mayday, but she forgetting she used to call people so. She forgetting they make over 2,000 people go. She forgetting the same 150 what could have helped pay the water.
Yeah.
They take it out. And then they come and say how they did for the poor people and they understand the poor people. But KB, before we take some call, I did some research again after a 3 AM call. You had 2 clips I want to play by the champion as he then was. Listen my word. As he then was for the champion of morality and good governance.
Yes.
Play the clip for me. In the own words I want to play.
Reshuffling the cabinet. So I
Listen.
arranged to meet with them. And I explained to them, I said, look, either you all do not know what NDC stands for, or you all have been used. Because what I'm doing is exactly what we campaign on to get people to account. And we have to be trustees. So from there I realized that, there were those with their own agenda within the National Democratic.
So listen,
Welcome to the
KB.
narrative. I'm your
No, I don't want the second one. No. Let me force it down the throat.
All right.
You hear, KB? Either the people of Grenada don't understand what the NDC stands for. A man who lead the NDC as Prime Minister.
Play it again?
Yeah, play it again.
Reshuffling the cabinet. So I arranged to meet with them. And I explained to them, I said, look, either you all do not know what NDC stands for, or you all have been used. Because what I'm doing is exactly what we campaign on to get people to account. And we have to be trustees. So from there I realized that, there were those with their own agenda within the National Democratic.
Because they used to say NNPA long and they don't do nothing. So the campaign, what they doing now, KB, the campaign on that. And the people and them had vote for them was used, KB. Because it is quite clear, the gentleman simplified all the argument he does make, it is quite clear. The gentleman say either A, you don't know what NDC stand for, and those of us who know, we know NDC stands for victimizing people who they feel those supporting them. And B, those who don't know or didn't understand, they get used. Simple. So when we come here and speak KB, they say they want to sue us, but like their words. KB, the gentleman say, when they question me, pull them in a meeting and he tell them watch. Either all you don't know what NDC stands for, but KB, me and you know.
Yeah.
Because there was one time they saw a line, both you and me, as NDC.
Yeah.
So we know. So give us that. So when we come here, we speaking with some authority because we know. And secondly, KB, those who don't know, the promises and they get used. So I want you to show in one of the promises by me representing Mr. Dennis. I want to tell them how they get used. Because you see, I like to break it down to the smallest atom, KB. I don't like, so a 9-year-old child listening could understand what I'm saying. Give me that one. Because the man say, KB, either you don't understand what NDC stand for, or you get used. Give me the use part now.
An NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status.
KB. Yeah. So you see how the people get used?
Yeah.
They're their own words,
Canwalu like that.
KB a lie. KB a lie is to make an untrue statement, which this gentleman just did. And not only make the statement with the intent to deceive.
You think it was normal when he made that statement?
Because intoxication does lead to hallucination. We just end up in the wrong direction.
That Master call that clip those hot, Mr. Carol.
So listen.
You don't like it at all,
So listen, KB, so listen. So the bastion of morality says either they didn't know what NDC stand for, or the people was used.
People was used.
We could drop the mic and go home now.
Yeah, mic drop.
Give me the next clip by him. And we have to give credit to the narrative for that next clip. And Kalistra.
Welcome to the narrative. I'm your storyteller, Kalistra Faria. Joining me now is former Prime Minister and former leader of the National Democratic Congress, Tillman Thomas. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Kalistra, and good afternoon to you and the listeners of the narrative. It is a pleasure to be with you on this program.
Our pleasure to have you. Let's get right into it. What have you been up to these days? Let's get an idea of what you've been doing these last few months and years.
Well, I've been practicing law to a certain extent, but I've always been involved in community activities, in the politics especially. I never really fully retired from politics. I have not been involved in running for office. But as a citizen of Grenada, governance is my business and all of us business. and I've always been monitoring what is taking place in our
I
country.
need no mortgage.
And like
The moral and the champion of morality, KB, your good friend,
Yeah.
say he always interested in governance.
Yeah.
That his words.
Yeah.
But how come he don't say nothing about what's going on in the country?
He's selling a passport.
But KB, you know him better than
The
me.
problem with GDB, how you mean? He go in jail for his conscience, you know. When a man go in jail for the conscience, he's a tough position.
So
a man take,
KB,
you know.
answer this for me. Why this gentleman
Hypocrisy.
is not saying nothing about the vulture behavior of this NDC government and the dictatorship style of the Prime Minister and the four of them?
His position was not honest. Not an honest person.
KB, I need you to speak on that here.
He's not an honest
Break it down,
person.
you know, because you was in His Majesty's pleasure
Yeah, man.
when the gentleman came up there for his conscience.
For his conscience.
He lose his conscience up there, his conscience stay up there.
You see, politics is about self-interest and alliances. And he feels that speaking out, will just affect his party position. So he's about alliances. And
Because I
self-interest.
find he should be saying something for the barbers and the nail techs and the hairdressers and them.
And even passport, he's the one who used to say, we're selling our patrimony, selling the passport to crooks and criminals. And all of a sudden, NDC decide to sell more passport than NNP. And Uncle Tilly just lost his tongue.
He don't say nothing about the RGPF.
No.
And one of the persons that has been promoted recently, because he realized the amount of persons that want to leave the organization for various reasons, he literally begging them not to go. But I don't hear that particular gentleman who say he never forget the whole thing about government because that is business. So all of a sudden, as all them young fellas say, they do business. So all of a sudden, sir, you do business.
What was wrong become right now? Let's give me a minute.
I want you to speak.
Master Carl. Nazim Bok came out with his own version of the CBI program. And when he brought it into cabinet, the two persons who came out on it was Ann Peters and my friend Patrick Simmons. And they say, no, we can't sell no passport. This thing look too much like Kit Mitchell. We can't involve in selling passport. And they scrap it. Today, these same NDC prepared to sell over 20-something thousand passport.
Yeah, 2,550.
2,500 and something passport. And not a word from Patrick Simmons. Not a word from Ann Peters. Not a word from Tillman Thomas, who always says he will always take the moral high ground and put Grenada first, second, and third. Now it become okay. It become normal. It become right to sell Grenada passport under this present regime.
Because one school child say they don't know. They say, why is rural enterprise? Which building this place they inserted?
I don't know.
This is some rural enterprise what used to be SIAP or something. They in some building on Main Street close to the police station. What these gentlemen maybe have some interest in. Yeah. So I don't know if that what make him out zip.
Yeah, post office.
That put his hands on his lip.
And also the one in Grenville, which is strange.
I don't know if it's that cause any man can speak.
Uncle Tilly here, we heard, it is alleged that government is renting some of your building.
We don't know.
Space in your building, one in Sotters, one in Grenville.
But
it is alleged that all over the tongue.
My concern is, he always used to speak. All of a sudden,
the tongue lost.
So rural enterprise, all of a sudden rural enterprise return to the country, you get dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know, school children want to know if it's because of the rural enterprise come back up in Sotters. Because they said, no, this guy was a champion of morality and good governance. And he don't have good governance going on in Grenada now.
Self-interest now.
And something you speak against your whole political career.
Corruption.
The CBI.
Corruption.
You say only crooks and con man this thing go at you.
Yeah.
But you got mom.
You don't know. Uncle Tilly say something.
When you hear man.
Say something, Uncle Tilly. Say something, Uncle Tilly. Remember you went to prison for your conscience.
For your conscience.
Yeah, man.
Well, guys, the phone lines are blazing.
The revolution.
You want to take a break?
Go ahead.
Are you want to take a break?
No. We have to.
Are you good?
We go take a break in the next 5 minutes. On the hour.
On the hour.
KB.
Call on Uncle Tilly.
KB.
Call on the church. Call on the moralists in the society.
School children say again, KB, that a person of the government negotiating team, negotiating for salaries with public workers, is also government representative in Public Service Commission. Madness, kid.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
Mr. Tillman Thomas do talking about those things and them?
No, that's not right.
School children say again.
Whose interest he will seek?
And George Worm, when you write in what I say again, check me for a good picture. People vex with a picture you put up on.
Yeah, man.
Me. They say, get a good picture of me, George Worm. So check me. I'll give you a good picture. School children say again, the advisor to the AG is the head of Public Service Commission.
And she's a minister of labor.
And Mr. Thomas, you don't say nothing about governance.
And she's also minister of labor. So who workers' interest they will defend or seek?
And they still say you're a relative of that same advisor on the board of the Gazette in GDB. KB, listen this. KB, hear the thing, what make the thing so murky now, eh? Mr. Andy Williams, Honorable Andy Williams, let me give you a title, your earthly title.
Respect.
The Honorable Senator Jonathan Lacrette sits in a cabinet that approves Mr. Simmons to be a member of the board of directors of the GDB. Listen this, KB, listen this. So they agree that he should be a member of the GDB.
Yes.
And then they turn around and go to GDB.
Follow.
From him. And we see everybody go. And Mr. Thomas don't see it fit to talk about it.
Let me tell you something. I want to be a little controversial. I always felt Bernard Coe did not get a fair trial. Somebody asked me why. I said 99% of the Grenadian people want Bernard Coe dead. How could you take jurors from that 99% who want him dead and ask them to decide Bernard Coe fit? They leave home with it, you know, with the verdict. Bernard Coe stand no chance. Yes, I'm not defending him. You know, I'm not defending him. I feel he should pay for whatever crime he commit. But you have to appear to be fair. If everybody want him there, how you could go and ask them what was their position when they want him there? It's the same thing. You put your members on the board and then you go in and apply for loan. What do you expect? What do you expect?
And keep the same person happens to be advisor to your good friend, Mr. the Honorable Ron Redhead. And you do hear a man who interested in government and good governance and transparency and accountability. And the question again, KB, the Honorable Prime Minister, KB, is the chairman of the cabinet of Grenada, Carriacou and Pitimatni, KB. He's responsible, one of his responsibilities is to determine how the citizen by investment program operates. He, the same person, KB, is the Minister of National Security. And while she at it, the Minister of National Security, the police say like you don't check in on them. Because teachers boasting you give them back dark salaries, which was illegal. Nurses saying you give them a 410, and you're promising to regularize some now. But the police say like they out in the wilderness. They want to know. Because they see the pay and grade you spoke so profoundly on.
Yes.
They want the pay and grade. Yeah, okay. So the Minister of National Security, KB, is the one responsible for final approval for any person who gets in the citizen by investment program. So to put it like how they used to put it in the passport selling program. And school children know. This is what am I too big for them. The passport selling program.
I just want to remind Grenadians, who don't get a job, you will get a shake hand. Who don't get a job, you will get a photo. So the point is that they don't have no job for you, so they'll give you a shake hand. But you can't go in the shop with the shake hand. You can't go and pay Grand Lake with the shake hand. You can't go and pay Nawasa with the shake hand. You understand?
And KB.
That is all they have.
And
shake
KB.
hand and a photo.
The same gentleman is based on the CBI website. Is an agent.
Why you don't take off this thing? It causes so much embarrassment.
The Minister of Finance. You talk about men in power.
Mr. Kanwal still an agent of this thing?
Based on the website. The same one that lady too.
And the Prime
Treasurer of the party.
Our Prime Minister still an agent of this thing?
Well, based on the website. They haven't informed us that they recuse themselves. But keep it here how the thing becomes downright vulgar. And I expect the champion of morality to speak.
T-Man should talk about that.
Because here what? If someone is interested in the program and they go and hunt for it because they say, let me be fair to them and think. They say how okay. So if I'm interested in the program and I know the man who has to give the final approval is an agent, who are going by?
The man who in charge. Who I know going to.
And knowing that 554 passports are to sell under Section 10, the Reconstruction Fund, and let me get it in right because I don't want to.
He's from getting all the work.
or the other persons in government.
Yes, or the man in finance.
The NTF, National Transformation Fund, are to sell 554 passports. Well, if I want to get you, I go in by either Dennis, Sylvester, Matthew Cornwall, or Miss Sen Bernard or the Prime Minister thing.
Yeah, what you mean?
Because I know once I go.
They are influence?
They are influence.
They are influence.
Because they're in position of
influence. Getting through. Sure you're getting through.
The next one where they have to sell 2,200 passports. They are going. I don't going by other people.
How all of a sudden this thing comes
and nobody, all the champions
of morality,
of fairness, and all the anti-corruptionists, all of a sudden
they lost
come mute.
They lost their tongue.
Their mouth zip.
Somebody cut out the tongue.
The hands on the lip.
By hypocrisy.
Let me don't keep the callers.
4420175, call and ventilate.
All right, I have a lady on the WhatsApp. She's been waiting a while.
Let me take that.
Hello on the WhatsApp.
Hello.
Hello.
Go right ahead.
Hi, friend. How are you?
What's up? You good?
Yes, I'm good.
All right.
Listen, what I want to say today is, remember 2008 when the NDC won the election and our good friend was Prime Minister. Money went into his account. And when it was found out, he turned and said, if they find a trustworthy person. So that man was never honest. He pretended to be honest. Because it's only when they found out and the talk bust out, as we would say. And then people start saying, well, how that could be because he was bashing the Right Honorable Kit Mitchell for being dishonest and for taking money in briefcase and that kind of nonsense. But what I'm saying, he never declared that money until
it was discovered.
The public found out, and everybody started talking about it, so he was never honest. He pretended to be honest.
That's good. You can say he doubt forcing.
That's it. He doubt force, but then the record was there to show. So just so the record is there to show now, and they've been doubting.
This is an old blank paper catch him in a KB.
So these people have never been honest, and I can understand how the Grenadian people cannot see. Go back to history. People who do not know their history is like a tree without a root.
Of course.
Without roots. So Grenadians have to know their history. Go back to the history of NDC, and they will see NDC have never been good governance. Thank you. Have a nice day, guys.
All right, bye.
KB, and you did jam him on that question, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, those meeting man.
KB spoke to him about that. They will take it. So they can see that not true.
4420175.
Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon.
So much to talk about, no? So much to talk about. I'm feeling sorry for KB, Master Carl, and everyone that was in that program. Sheldon Scott, Mr. Pierre, they're speaking, they just know what is going on, and there is no changes. There is no changes. I want to know and has a mother. Because in everything, I never hear nobody said, this is the mother, or like how Dr. Kit, when he have meetings, they welcome his mother, his sister, who's associated with him and things. I never hear nothing so for the can.
The Honorable Deacon Mitchell.
Yes, sir. The things are going on. They see what is going on. Mr. Porter, they see what is going on. They see all what is wrong. And nobody is saying nothing. Nobody is saying nothing. Flying like bird. Nobody know where they're going. Nobody know what is going on, but they're just flying. You can't speak, they're going to hang you. You can't say nothing, and he's doing wrong, and you still have to abide with the wrong. What's going to happen with us? What is going on with those who are going down a slippery trail that's going to fall? And nobody will just sit, even the opposition, like the man locked jaw. They're not saying nothing and all going ahead. When they're in parliament, they shove down in their pocket when they're speaking, they fling their hands up, and their eyes dry like this. You have no shame at all. All what they say was Dr. Kit in the past, they come back and do the same thing. And they say, no, it's our time. That is not our time. No, it's shit time. What is going ahead? Look at the military they had in progress. Only stupidness alone about Sheldon Scott, about the past, and only stupidness, nothing to elevate. Nothing. Where are we going? Time to get up and get government vehicle box. Silence. Data is silence. Data is silence. It was Dr. Kit all over.
Vehicle cell silent.
Not so.
GD in the morning silent.
Time to get up. Listen to me, let me tell you something. I called that second time I called on the radio station. And I said that election, after talking about the election 2023, that is over. Nama. When we eat food, it hides. But don't hide. The person what they have in Grenada, hiding and conquer them, is going to soon come up. It's going to soon come up. Somebody in St. John knows nothing about politics. They're calling it out. Next one here, Badam, they can overtake Mr. W. Something is wrong. Something in the matter besides the person. And we cannot sit like that. Time to get up. This losing job, that losing job, this losing job. Where are we? That's your comfort to help Grenadians, the poor and vulnerable, the people that are struggling. And nobody can say nothing. They're going, you can't know what they're going to do. You can't know what happened. I mean, come on, what's their position? What are they doing? You are educating us. We're very, very happy for you all. We thank God for you all, for we do know what is going on. Because when they us to convince our mind, you have to come and break it down for us, so we know what is going on. Time to smell the coffee. The coffee is burning. It's time for we to wake up. We cannot continue with that situation. We're in a sticky situation in Grenada. Kirani James Boulevard, that name is not enough for Kirani James Boulevard. They need something more beautified and no beautification for Kirani Boulevard. They're only raking and cleaning the place. No more gold for us in Grenada. Yeah? Just like with hurricane season, they clean the place, clean. No windbreak, nothing. So they get something happen now. Put that wash away. This one, come on!
You get your shake on yet?
Come on, what is going on? Time for the opposition to work harder than how they are working. The man locked everybody mouth. Anything he do is right because he had the prime minister. But he didn't go there for that. They select them to help and to serve, not to abuse people, not to take advantage on people. And if they love him and they really love, they're going to select him. What he's doing is wrong. So if he succeeds, the whole of Grenadians will succeed. Yeah? And they should know before what happened in the past. They should know in the past, when we hear we greedy, as the minister said, media and greedy, when we greedy, so just fall in trouble. You get 700 per month, better than nothing. 1,000 plus. Where are we today? You have your children, you have your bills to pay, you have your things to do. I mean, come on, we are sitting down too much. Time for me to get up, time for me to rise up. If this man comes from a mother and he have a mother, he's going to have a love in his heart for people, especially elderly and others. Time for me to rise up. These are too dead. Time for me to rise up. And thank you all very much for educating us.
Thank you.
We have to do better than that. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
I understand what these scholars say. The people, the poor man that get a fortnight on the road, 432, whatever it is, you call him greedy. What's about those that get in millions in GDP? How you call them?
School children say they're hearing board members threatening to quit in gravel and concrete. You know
Kiwi, all they offer is a shake hand, sucking cocoa and food.
Yeah, man.
And it's frustration.
Yeah, man. Hello.
On the WhatsApp, hello.
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 Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, we hearing?
Yes, I just want to find out one question. Is there a judgment?
Is there a?
Is there a judgment?
Of course, yes. If you are Christian, you believe in judgment.
Right. You know why I'm asking that? If Mr. Deacon Mitchell understand there is judgment, he would do just what is right. We all make mistakes, but he's overdoing it. And I mean, we are the people we are suffering.
All right, caller.
The government must. He needs to do this. So, if I ask him, and the Deacon and his members to do this, but it cannot do this. Because there is a judgment coming for this. So I'm thanking you and I'm listening.
All right.
Okay, thank you. 442-0175.
Hello.
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 Yeah, what happening, Master Carl?
Bro!
Time for us to take this street, you know. We can't take this kind of thing, you know.
We can't sit down.
No, we can't sit down, man. We have to get up and get. There's them fellas that are playing the fool, man. I mean, the revolution passed, like the revolution come back, you know. Yeah, I find so. Because this mad thing these people and them doing there. They believe they buy Grenada.
Well, they sell the shares in Green Lake, they don't tell you nothing.
Secretly, eh?
Something had to happen, man. No, man. I could make move, you know.
Is who collecting the shares? You might just wake up and hear somebody's majority shareholder. KB.
We're waiting on an answer, man.
Yes, all right.
Right.
KB. Section 110 hold on, caller, of the Road Traffic Act, appointment of stands for public service vehicles, etc., the minister may, by notice published in the Gazette, designate stands and parking places for the use exclusively by the public service vehicles and taxis. The minister, but they say the PS in Carrico are doing that, Dictatorship, they don't consult in nobody. Let's take the call.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to ask the Minister of Health a couple questions. Why is it that they have doctors that is not being paid? And why they have them going to work from one day to another and they're not getting any supper from time to time? I would like the Minister of Health to answer those questions for me, because it is ridiculous. You cannot have doctors working for days on end, and up to now they can't get salary from since February. It's ridiculous. Have a good day, sir.
Keep you here. And the man in me, they boasting, Kiwi.
My God. Doctors.
We have our next one on the WhatsApp.
Our staff.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
I said, Debbie and Matakal.
Yeah.
Everything we're talking about God and God, you understand me? When God is coming to save Grenada, any one of you know?
I wouldn't know that.
During Gary time, when Gary was doing whatever he's doing, did we go to God? We took to the street.
But we had to pray.
The teachers, the nurses, the women, the children, everybody took to the street.
You cannot leave God out.
When Maurice Bishop was on the house arrest, don't look for tongue people. Tongue people is the most coward people out. He take Granville, St. Andrews to come in tongue and change things. It looked like St. Andrews got to come again in tongue to get things work out again. Because don't wait on tongue people. Tongue people is the biggest coward out. The people from the country have to start something, and then they got to join in.
Then
but we cannot let the country
people go buying.
continue running like that.
But don't leave God
The
out to
country
any
cannot
decision
run like
making. Hear what you say, but don't leave God out to any decision making.
Talk.
Okay.
Everybody staying quiet. Everybody talking and staying quiet. You
All right.
understand? Come on.
Okay.
NPI to know the vote for NDC. They know the mistake they make. Because why? The pie is bigger. The pie is bigger. Where's the pie now? Where is the pie?
You see pie on the plate.
Anyhow, you guys.
Take care.
Yes, have a good one, man.
Yeah, but still don't leave God out to any decision you're making.
The guys from the price control, they didn't get paid yet too. From this around February time.
You still have some men receive the retroactive payment, and up to now the monthly pension is not yet being paid.
The whole lot of people. How we see how going to the phone?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, go right ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Carl, I would have liked you to continue with the tape that you was playing where Mr. Thomas was speaking, because we didn't clearly hear all what he was saying there. Because he said that he's still active in politics and he don't want to leave out politics. So I would have liked to hear some of what he said again. And secondly, it appears that Mr. Deacon cabinet will be strengthened, and the parliament in favor of him will be strengthened in a few days or weeks from now.
So what led you to that conclusion?
Huh?
Where does get on him, you see?
What led you to that conclusion?
I don't want to see where getting.
No,
from.
what I'm saying,
I'm saying it appears.
It appears.
Yeah. And if that happens, and the opposition party, which is the NNP,
doesn't wake up more enough with all what we saying about time to this and time to that. He ain't reaching much more.
What you like? What would you like to see happening in NNP?
They will know that have to happen. They have to know. They were selected. They were selected in the parliament. They will have to know what to happen. But I'm just saying that it appears, right, thought for concern.
All right, thanks, Clifford.
Take care.
I don't know where he was getting and I'm saying, Jay.
No, Clifford doesn't. Leave Clifford.
Yeah.
442-0175.
Hello.
Hey, good evening.
Afternoon.
Hi, Master Carl.
Hey.
And Brother KB.
How you doing?
Just quiet. It's something I really bothers me. I just doesn't understand this. I heard our labor minister saying that, speaking about the doctor, where they take from the teachers and they give them back. And she was boasting about it as an great achievement, Labor Day. And to me, it doesn't bother them that the 150 they take away from the poor people
All right.
was something was given to the poor people. And in fact, the Prime Minister said they worked for it already. He said these people work hard already.
Yeah.
For it. But they dock the poor people 150, and it doesn't bother them. But teachers, I don't understand the struggle. Teachers did not work for the money.
The court, because you had a matter in court, and the court held that the teachers was not right to receive the payment.
The court upheld that, the government position. And I think for you to come as a government minister now and saying you paid and those who didn't pay it was wicked, and it's one of the most wicked thing in Grenada, not paying that money and such like. I wonder somebody with such a litigious mind speaking in that manner, it makes me wonder sometimes what are we speaking on the platform? If these people, when they go on the platform, if it's the beer bottle or the stout bottle or the rum bottle, where does he speaking? Or these be high or something?
That is the same woman was having some adult beverage in her life and putting up she hand like gun and thing. That is the same woman are doing nothing. That is the same woman what say she see nothing wrong in Kayako, people losing their walking. That is the same woman that call people needy and greedy in Grenada, you know.
Yeah, ladies speak like a drunkard. And I want to understand, how could you go and boast that you paid and you do something so great? The fact is, how could the economy lose if you didn't pay the teachers when the teachers did not produce in that particular time? You have to produce in order to get paid. And you did not produce, you withhold your labor. You say, I am not working for you. And so you did not get paid. And this government paid them, say they pay them, and I don't have no problem if they pay them. They pay them and they pay them. But to come and boast about it as a great achievement, and to call out people wicked because they didn't pay. As an attorney general, something had to be wrong. I believe that day when she was speaking, it was the beer bottle or the stout bottle.
But intoxication does lead to hallucination.
One of them was speaking. One of them bottles was speaking. I can't
What
believe
will give to misdirection?
because they are setting a precedent for the future that could put this country in real jeopardy.
Of course.
Because any other union could use it as an example.
Yeah.
And again, I heard the union boss was boasting.
One of the union boss,
Well, the teachers union.
not the politician,
Yeah. Boasting about how
the minister outside government.
he was boasting about how, they hold back their labor and they no intercall, no this in school. He make this thing look like they were holding the children ransom.
Of course.
Was that what they doing?
Of course, yeah.
That is vulture behavior.
They see that as an achievement.
Taking advantage on people in difficult position.
You're so correct.
That's what is vulture.
I thought I was listening to the voice of a madman. Because I asked myself, how could you see that as an achievement? You were blackmailing people, children, you were doing things to people, children, they causing them can't attend school, had parents, had extra money, they had hot in them. Even children had to stay home. At that particular time, children get interfered by forward man and all kind of things.
But hear this. After boasting how they get this money from the government. He can't even control the school, children losing the air and all kind of things in the same school.
Like the school get what?
Well, because they don't controlling, they can't control the school. And being part of the union mandate is to take care of unruly behavior, and the union boss behaving unruly.
I just can't see where we country is going with these kind of plans.
Because here is they know that they don't put in nobody to the integrity commission to deal with these things and them. So it's a plan to do that. That don't happen just so. They know.
When people sit down and you listen to these people, you ask yourself, what kind of leaders are these people? You're fighting for $1 and you will do anything to fight for this dollar.
The love of money, the Bible talk about that, you know.
And you're boasting while you do people, you know. No intercall, you had them children this and you that, and you getting on and you beating his chest, you feeling heavy.
You like Masanto in the night.
Yeah, man.
You should repent to them children and say, look, we're sorry that we did this and we did that. Please forgive us. But he is bragging and beating his chest.
And he get clapped? He get clapped for that, you know.
He should be rebuked for the rest of his life.
Okay.
Sometimes I think these guys and them need to, I don't know, people, they need to be looked at.
All right, thank you, brother.
Some psychologists or some other, they need to be looked.
Okay.
These guys are normal.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
You're welcome.
4420175, the number to call.
On the WhatsApp, hello.
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 Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah.
But not on air, please. I have a question for Igwe, but not on air, please.
Well, you got to call after the program.
Okay, thank you.
You go see the person number?
Yeah.
Or you go contact that person?
Yeah. On the landline, hello.
Yes. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah. Part of political party that campaign on deception. I mean, of course, you will govern by deception. And the end result of that is destruction. So we need to have what you call oversight. And you need to have someone or group to have what you call checks and balances, so someone could guard the gods. We do not have that here. So these guys, they are left to roam freely and just do whatever they want. So I think that you are doing a tremendous job by trying to wake up the nation. And my advice to you as a reporter or a journalist is to keep making more noise, hoping that more people would hear you. And for our opposition in this country, we need the nation to rally behind the opposition. Can't do it.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
4420175, number to call.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How you all doing?
Good, good.
Master Carl.
Hey.
Teachers and school and principal, how are you doing?
We good, man.
Yeah, I do good. Because I hear it's time. Watch me, Master Carl.
Yeah.
We're going too much. We're going too much. You know? We have to do something. We have to do something, boss. People balling in. I tell somebody today I have a job. Oh, the person want to have a job. They're struggling to make ends meet. Eh? I had to get a lady $10 the other day to buy something to eat. Come on, man. They take the woman's job from her. The people who are doing the cleaning and then what Dr. Morrison put to do cleaning homes and things. Right now they gone home. But what is government come to do? They come to just victimize people and send people home, and to take vengeance against people. Why are they doing anything on them? Boss, I hear a man call a while ago. I thought we had to do something, you know. Yes, God has to be in the midst. We can't leave God out. God is first. The Bible says put it first. Right? But these things that must have taken place now, brother. It's hurting. People bawling. And they just go to nothing. And they full in their pocket. They're better off.
Restorative justice.
Yeah?
Restorative
and then you
justice.
have the Prime Minister only traveling. And then you running, as you say, you running the country on avoidance. Because when things happen in the country, he's not there. Look what he do.
You don't care about
that Prime Minister will lie a lot, eh?
He does lie. He only lies.
That man, you remember when they get rid of the people, the gunsmen in the park, in the stadium in town?
Yeah.
You remember they said nothing about it?
Yeah.
And after that, the gunsmen go home. You tell me that you have a letterhead and you don't know how it come about, and talking about how somebody that put all the information and calling Shaggy. And I say, Shaggy, you accept that call? You shouldn't accept that. Them men not do that. They cannot do that. But yeah,
Honorable Deacon Mitchell, don't do him.
No. Boy, Carl, listen to me. I'm a give me life to Christ. But this man, them hurting people, boy. They don't have the rights to be honorable. No, I'm telling you.
He more like
They don't have to be
dishonorable.
honorable, Carl. Because these people, them don't care about people. Carl, you think it is when you come home and somebody tell you, oh God, boss, I don't eat nothing for the day. My child hungry.
A lot of them pretending they don't understand that.
Huh?
They pretending they don't understand that.
Yes, I have piece of food at my home. Because right now I say, well, what about the customer who have a safe? I have food here. Anybody want a piece of food? I say, well, go come and get it. But see, a lot of people are suffering. And he hurts me. And then you want me to call these people honorable? God never do, Jesus Christ never do nobody that, you know. And then you have people in authority, as Sanford Simon and them, who sit, as Stillman and them. When Kid Mitchell was there, they had all the answer. Today they don't answer. As they say, they born with their mouth closed.
Yeah.
People born with their mouth closed.
They stop preaching out Nehemiah.
Yeah?
They stop preaching out the cleansing of the temple.
We have to do something. We have to get up. Let us pray and take the street. It's to demonstrate, let us demonstrate.
They don't make a year yet, you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't make a year, that's what you're doing?
Well, the man with the guts and belly said, do it all. So the people go buying to it. You see, they have guts and belly.
Carl, I went in it, when they talking about when people move in the stadium, I went in the market in town. I was going to do delivery. Carl, you know, you must pay there to put them people. The market full already. When you put in a lot of vendors, you want them on the street. Then you're talking about barbers have to get license. Nobody, as I said, nothing wrong with license. But nothing is kind of good time. In hard time, you talk about license. People can barely commit their means. Eh? Boss, these people have to go. We have to do something. We have to get up and do something. And I called Dr. Modesari. I said, we have to do something. These things are not about politics. This is about Grenada.
Yeah.
Bread and butter.
I agree with that time.
I agree with
Grenada
that.
14. I come here in America. She said, boss, so this country come? I said, that's why Deacon and bring it.
They don't make a year yet, you know.
Yeah?
They don't make a year yet.
And I hear Andrew telling you yesterday, yes, Mr. Deacon and Honorable Deacon, they don't deserve honorable. They don't deserve that. So they put people in kind of thing. Because they have food on the table, they play fat. Who building house? My girl in go building she big house. They don't care.
So maybe she get it so too?
Canadian people. Must we have enough for these men and them. It's time for these men too.
All right, take care, thank you.
Yeah, man, bless.
4420175, the number to call.
Okay, we have one on the WhatsApp. Yeah. Hello on the WhatsApp.
Hey, good afternoon, fellas.
Good afternoon.
All right, I wanted to find out, Master Carl, about something what's going on in Arise. This guy with the full farm. I heard that he
The
got
leader of
10
government
million
business?
from- Eh?
The leader of government business in the house?
Yes,
Okay.
$10 million, and he hasn't paid a cent back to Ariza. As a matter of fact, I heard that I think it's Gaffin or who regulate the credit union.
Gaffin.
Well, as far as I understand, that Gaffin sees Ariza, so they can't do nothing without Ariza. Without nothing, Gaffin. So find out for me.
But listen this, and I'll simplify it for you. The present administration knew what it was about to unleash on the Grenadian public. Psalms 12:8, the wicked walk on every side, while the vilest men are exalted. So all these fellas, you see how you talk about the OR is 10 million?
Yeah.
And Andy, the Honorable Andy Williams, the OGDB and other people?
Yeah.
The wicked walk on every side of the road when the vilest of men are exalted. So he put this power on, this man in power. We exalt them by putting them in power. No, not my words. Psalms, David the psalmist say, the wicked walk on every side, KB. Yeah. When we promote these vile men and them. Yeah. So when we put this vile men and them in power, that's what is the result, KB.
The man hire Crafton go and hire security. Now the security coming in Crafton home and threatening him for his money.
And Crafton looking for me to say it on the radio.
Not even and Crafton say he want MasterCard to please say something on his behalf. Because he calling Mr. Telesford and he don't answer any phone.
But here, KB, hear what the men do. They know financial crimes are to be investigated by FIU. Eh? What they do, you see a mass exodus in FIU. They change it, they say they bring in civilians off, and the civilians and them used to be part of the political campaign.
Okay. So
active in political campaign.
So they go look the other way?
The RGPF, they have it in a tailspin. And the Integrity Commission, they don't appoint people to the commission.
If I do arrest nobody again.
So they know.
If I do investigate,
so the same gentleman they talk about, they know what they're about. So this thing is not by accident, KB.
So if one politician...
So the wicked walk every side of the road. When the vilest of men are exalted, Igwe. When they put a man in power, I go up and we take the call. Yeah. Call back caller.
Yeah. Hello,
we just had to make that observation.
4420175. Hello? Hello?
Lower the phone. Lower your phone down in the background, please. Lower your phone down.
The phone on the radio.
Oh, your radio. Sorry, your radio.
Okay. Make your contribution.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
KB, I love to see you short, boy. Thank you.
You have got a lion on it, eh? Take care of your bite.
Yeah. All the same. I want to know what's going on with these people on there. They take a stand like damn, don't know. They do so. They just them people in the marketing. Okay, yes, we know the people in the how we call it again when
stadium.
The stadium.
Yeah,
in the stadium. We know those people and them wasn't they permanent.
Permanent,
yeah. They had to go.
Fix the market first.
Yeah. Okay. You just do so and you just no for no today for tomorrow. You just send a notice to people. Some of the people they know nothing about this WhatsApp and whatever. What you want them to do? Some of those people have to buy. They buying the produce from the same people that you take the 150 from. The market vendors buying from these people for to get $1. This we can assure a lot of them couldn't buy nothing because they didn't know where they're going. Is that right in Grenada? According to that gentleman, it's about time Grenadians get up and get that gentleman that talk about St. Andrew's force that was torn out. It seems as though St. Andrew's people got to get up and go down.
Hello?
Credit me done by.
Hello?
Credit done I feel.
Okay. All right. 4420175.
Yeah. But that's nothing.
You could call back, caller.
Next time just stop up a little more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you come back, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about
that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, what I was saying is, it seems as though St. Andrew's people got to get up and get up their butt again and go down St. George's, or they will say St. George's is Grenada. So country got to go down Grenada and plan them. Because that's how we are custom. St. Andrew's people is the people who have to start up things first. We got to do it again. It's about time these people and them get up. They can't do the work. According to Masakali, the juniors play. The driver cannot drive. Let that driver get off, come out behind the wheel. people, give us back who we know who could drive.
They don't like that tune at all.
I know, yeah, because some of them are wrong by me. Anytime, because I was playing radio loud and they was vexed.
When they hear the drivers cannot drive.
When they hear that, they was vexed. But I don't care. They can't tell me cut it up, and they cannot come and cut off my current. So aside for some of them, aside for all of us Grenadians,
that's fair.
Put them there.
That's a fair
We that put them there. So what are begging us NMP people to do? Please, let we get ourselves back together. This bittering with one another, and let we do something.
That's a real nice statement to make. Let's get together. Stop the bickering with one another and unite. I love that statement.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And we shall hear from each other again. It's about time. Get up and get.
Hello. 4420175.
Hello.
Yes, you all heard me?
Yes.
Yeah, how you all going this evening?
Good. Great.
Well, I just have to get up and do my things. Because first I want to listen to this program starting at 1 o'clock. Because to tell you the honest truth, I get all the information there. Everything, and I find you're not perfect, but I find you all try to be accurate. So congratulations. The only thing I have is that I find all you're doing, and all you're going to say, but all you have to take it. I find all you're doing better than the opposition. I find all you're doing better than the opposition leader. He ain't doing a good job. Because as far as I'm concerned, look at what stadium. I cannot uphold this kind of a thing. You want to tell me, you just give these people 2 days, where you expect the people to go? And I speak about it on a station. I don't care who hell I think I talk about it. Because you have to take into consideration, most of the people probably have they sell from the vehicles. You can't tell these people to go on the road. It's a traffic hazard. You can't tell these people to go on the road. Where they go sell at the side of the road for police to come and arrest them for illegal. And then you have to take it into consideration. When I look and I see the amount of single women, maybe they have their husband or they don't have their husband, single parents. I don't know. I don't care. But it's women that making a hard, you threaten their livelihood. I can't defend this kind of thing. I don't care who I spoke about. And I just find, what do you expect these people to do? Then there was a reschedule. There was a meeting that they were supposed to go have with the vendors. They didn't turn up, so the meeting had to be aborted. I find that the government respected these hard-working people, and I don't care. I don't have no apologies about that. I can't support this kind of thing. That is why I'm going to talk about it, and it's the same that the opposition leader, he knows better than that, and he is in a better position. He's not saying anything as an opposition leader. What I find he should be doing on top of things, coming out and saying these things from time to time, have a press conference. As far as I'm concerned, this government, as a matter of fact, I'm surprised when I hear you all talk about the shares from Grenada. Like, I'd love to know who buy those shares. Because this government doesn't have any press conferences like Judicial. On Tuesday, he doesn't have to necessarily have press conference on a Tuesday. He can have conference maybe once a month. But I suppose maybe they have no press conference because nothing is going on, as far as I see. Because everything that's going on, they really plans and programs from the NNP that is going the economic policy. That's what they continue on the NNP, and I have no apologies for saying so because I like to be honest with people. But I have a problem with them not coming out because I remember him saying that I give information when necessary. I don't know about when necessary. I know that you should be updating me every 6 weeks out of the case. I need to know what's going on. And I heard somebody made a comment about traveling. And I think I made that position clear too the other day. I don't disrespect him, but I find he's traveling too much. He must sit down and see what's going on in the country and what he's coming back with. I mean, I'm not disrespecting him, but he's not come back with anything significant to talk about. Not that he's not supposed to go in and do travels. Look, for instance, they're gone today, how they're kicking out with the cases. I mean, I have no problem with that. But to me, as far as I'm concerned, the two people that are really supposed to go, that represents the Queen, is the leader of the opposition and the
Foreign
Governor
Minister?
General. Because he is his title is really His Majesty, Leader of Opposition. She represents the Queen. I'm not saying that he shouldn't go, but as far as I am concerned, and even though he probably did, I believe he must have been invited because all those opposition leaders was invited. And probably if they did not him or did not pay the passage, I think Mitchell could have gone.
You're so right. I wonder why Dr. Mitchell were not invited, or maybe Dr. Mitchell didn't want to go.
I see Kennedy. I like to be honest and with people. You know, I don't have no time to joke around and go child play and thing. I like to be honest. I give and people the credit when they need and lash them when they want. Because as far as I'm concerned, NDC only get elected because of the slackness, because of the pension, the issue that Keith Mitchell was responsible for them. But it's not to say that they had any particular thing going for them and it's significant of the leader. When I persuaded whoever at that point in time, they would have won because it was the issue that was going on at that point in time. But getting back to the issues I'm talking about, I think that, you see, that's why I always listen to this program, because I get all the information. Look at the thing with Andy. I can't uphold that because I heard the Carl talk, how you read the whole thing. That's not correct. That is in exact violation of the rules and regulations of the institution. You can't be doing those kind of things, and I can't defend that. So like I say again, because I don't want to take up the thing. Yeah. I'm very concerned about the chairs in Gurnak. It's my taxpayers' money. It's my company. When I say my company,
it's ours. It's ours.
Ours, yeah. Because like I always said, I think I told you before, people that say government shares and government this and government property, and it's ours. So people must get this thing about government. It's I need to know what's happening. I'm calling an opposition leader again. You're not doing your work properly. Get out there and tell us what's happening. Call versus you're not on the ball. You're not doing a good job, and you could do better than that. Look, I think I'll get information from this station every Sunday. I have to be listening, and I want to thank you very much for the information, because most of the time it's pretty accurate. So I want to thank you. I'll keep up doing the good job.
All right, thank you.
And don't rough Clifford too much, because he's my boy and you're trying.
No man, Clifford is my number one fan on the radio.
We tolerate him.
You know, I like Clifford.
No, Clifford is my number one fan.
We tolerate him.
Listen to me, and all you know, I like Clifford.
All right, yes.
Not so?
Okay. I take it.
You know that?
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like Clifford because he gives good advice to all the government. And he's a good, genuine person. You don't think so?
Yes, man. He have his views. So take care. Have a blessed Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I like about
safe.
him.
All
right.
Okay. You girl, KB.
Yeah. 442-0175. Call, ventilate, express yourself.
KB. Dictatorship. You mash up FIU.
Yeah.
You interfere the police force because you revert the deputy commissioner. Mm-hmm. And when you check his appraisal,
he was the best.
He was scoring very high.
Yeah.
There was persons you confirmed to acting rank who did not have good appraisal. As a matter of fact, they asked the person in charge of him to change the appraisal. What's about the Integrity Commission and staff in the Integrity Commission? Because you know these are the persons who could hold you in check.
Yeah.
So once you demoralize and mash them up, you know.
Yeah.
You let me take it.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good day.
Hello.
I just want, a question to be popped, because it seems to me the country's money is being spent in terms of Inter-Caribbean Airlines. And we need the PM to tell us how much shares we have or how much money he spent in Inter-Caribbean Airlines. How much money he gave to Mr. Gardner. This seems to be good, but it needs to be dispensed among the Grenadian public.
Yeah.
Well, the Prime Minister has indicated to the Grenadian public he will only speak to us on a need-to-know basis. So maybe he feel we don't need to know.
I hear you, man.
Oh, you have to ask the question. Keep asking the question, man. Good question.
Yeah, we need to know.
We need to
know. Top secret, because I guess it was Keith Mitchell. But I hear all kind of thing about it.
It's taxpayers' money, you know.
Yeah, you take money and buy a all right, but now, this one is a horse, so no wonder why they ride him plane like boss, because why? Anyway.
All right, take care.
Time alone will tell.
All right, all the best. Thanks for calling.
Okay, bro.
442-0175, numbers to call.
Hello on the WhatsApp.
Hello?
Hello?
All right, later.
Hello?
Hello?
Aye.
Hello? Next caller. Hello?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
You know, Carl, I notice you insisted on people. I'm not sure. You're not ready to radio. Somebody on the other.
No, go ahead.
We're hearing you clear. Go
Right.
ahead.
I notice you're insisting on people saying the right honorable or the honorable relative to parliamentarians and so on. The other day on a program, another station, Pele Gabo, who you know is a journalist too, called to tell Innocent that this word honorably only applies inside of parliament.
Oh.
So we have to be careful about that.
Alright, that's good.
I grew up with
only
old
applies
people.
inside of parliament.
All right, okay.
So if people want to call, just say Dick Mitchell, just like if they say Joe Biden, they don't necessarily have to say President Joe Biden. And that kind of a thing keeps showing up in American politics, for example.
Interesting.
And even in Britain, you hear on BBC News, they say Stinak, whatever is his first name, and they say his surname, his first name and his surname, and that's it.
Okay.
So this insistence of honorable, you have to be careful about that. So
Well, I ain't too old too long.
Dick Mitchell, and they say Dick Mitchell, and that's it.
I ain't too old too long.
Right. I'm hardly hearing you now.
No, you go ahead.
Right. One of the things highlighted so far by one of your callers, I heard today for the first time the speech given by the Labour Minister in the Labour Day rally. And there was this lady, Claudette Joseph, justifying the payment of the dock salary. This lady is a lawyer. This lady is the advisor to the government or the cabinet of Grenada. And here she was in a Labour Day rally justifying the dock payment with the court, the judge that is supposed to be respected as part of the system of government in the situation. Because the court, you have arms of the government. The court being one, a judge handing a judgment, saying clearly that the teachers are not due or not supposed to get money, and they are justifying, defying the court in a Labour Day rally. Between the chest, as the partner was saying it. And when I listened to how they call him, to Drew Bartholomew, a pure political NDP speech. I mean, how can you trust people of that caliber? I mean, I understand the apprehension all the people have and the fear that Grenada is going to go down the drain under this kind of situation or with that kind of situation we are having. But I'm not so frightened. There are enough people in this country who are not stupid enough to let that happen. So far you have heard so much people standing up. And the anger that is coming out, you even have people talking about picking up guns so far. I mean, based on the language, the tone, but it's like don't depend on, let's say, God to do it. We have to stand up on our feet. And I could understand it. But, like Kennedy is pointing out, maybe if you look to God for a solution and you will get it. Because so far, people are seriously frustrated in this country. Like what Kennedy pointed out that the businessman told him. That is happening everywhere in this country. There's a place I usually be. I go sit down there, use the Wi-Fi, play domino with the guys, chat whatever, them kind of thing. This is a place that used to be the most busy place in the area. A business place. Hello? For the past 6 months, the businessman and I are very good friends. And he's coming up to the call me old school. Just like most of the guys in the area nowadays. And he said old school, because we just talk politics in that kind of sense. Old school. What's going on? And you talk about this kind of thing. His business is just about done. When you pass there sometime, too simple as you might see there. 2, 3, that kind of thing. That's the kind of situation. Can we talk about what happened in the Labor Day get together where nobody was attending to the bar? That's the kind of situation. I was in Granite yesterday evening. Or yesterday morning, actually, I ended up there. Well, the place is as dead as can be. The place is as dead as you hardly seen people about. That's the kind of situation we end up in Grenada for the past few months. So don't expect it to get better at the same time. You look at the port. When I go to town, you hardly ever seen a ship, container ship on the port. I point out to Mr. Pierre, and I think I pointed out on that program too, that there's a guy who points out to us that is a waste of time going on the port because he has a truck and that's where he makes his living. Nowadays, the truck is packed up home most every day. That's the kind of thing that's going on in this country. And cost of living is going up exponentially. Money is not floating around. People are losing their job. What on earth to expect? Desperation is going to step in just now, and don't be surprised of what might happen afterwards. Take care, Johnny.
Okay, thanks for your call.
KB, and this caller and other callers raised that point, and we must make that point.
Yeah.
Now, one of the champions or the gains of this present administration, who by no accident the Prime Minister is a lawyer by profession. The Attorney General is a lawyer by profession. But the court held that the teachers was not proper in door working and accept pay. Mr. Hood, they could ask Mr. Hood about that matter, you clarify it for them. But they boasting about pay the dark salary, so they boasting about a illegal something.
When against the
how a government could be boasting
against the decision
against a court order?
Yeah.
That has me, I don't know. The Attorney General, who is the legal advisor, Gates, to the government, boasting about a illegal action by the government. So that the thing turn a dog show.
Anybody advise
the thing turn comedy.
Yeah. 4420175.
The thing turn comedy, Gates.
Yeah.
Hello.
We have a next one on WhatsApp. WhatsApp, hello.
Hey, Kennedy.
Hello, how you doing?
KB.
Hey.
Good. How you doing?
Not bad at all.
Hey, KB. I'm calling from Canada.
Okay.
Regarding the economic situation in Grenada, it's something that's happening throughout the world, man.
Okay.
The U.S. is feeling it. The Canadians are feeling it.
Yeah.
And I guess we're feeling it in Grenada.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a contribution of who is there or any government economic policy. I was listening to Face the Nation this morning, and Chris Christie from the former governor
Republican
of New Jersey was saying, yes, the Republican, yeah. He said he went to the grocery store yesterday, items, $100. So it's not only Grenada that's feeling it.
Yeah.
It's economic problem. So I'm not sure whether it's a government-induced situation or if it's situation and the water's going up. All right.
Yes, caller.
We hear you.
Now, what I would say to the caller is, his analogy have some merit, KB.
Yeah.
But the past administration recognizing just what he said.
Yeah. And mix up measures.
Put some measures in place
to ease
like
the pressure.
the 150 was a measure for exactly what he's speaking about.
Exactly.
The 25% non-fuel charge on electricity, just what he says.
Yes.
The taking out of the levy and VAT on electricity was for just what he says. The taking out on the levy for water was for just what he says.
Yeah, to ease that
the needy assistance program was to assist just what he says. The basket of goods zero rated was for just what he says. The capping of gas was a direct relation to what he says.
But what they did,
but what you find happening,
they take from the
this
poor,
administration take out all of these measures
from the poor and give to the rich.
So they have some
blame to get.
They are accountable. They have some account to take in.
Do you know they give the rich $600 million amnesty
in tax break?
In tax break.
So yes, what you're saying is of some merit. It is worldwide, and we cannot evade it happening here. However, the past administration recognizing that had put those measures in place with this administration
to ease the
take
economic
out all, and added to that they make over 200 people go. So they are accountable in some ways. Let's take the call.
4420175. Hello.
Hello, good day.
How you doing?
You hearing me now?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Right. Okay. My point now, I heard some person mention, I'd like to respond to callers, but at least I want to say that down till this week gone, I heard the leader of the opposition, he done a press release, you know, talking on the behalf of the vendors. And it wasn't too long, he had this press conference with Noel and other persons in the media, you know, which was eloquently done, dealing with the issues. So I want to say he's on the ball and he's doing what needs to be done. So, congrats, Right Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell. I want to also say that when you listen to the vendors, yes, they play a significant role in you know, as it is now, as marketing board is closed. And I know they have been purchasing, you know, crops, food from farmers and selling it. And they're providing great service to the consumers of there, you know, for buying those local produce for healthier lifestyle, you know, and they have to be applauded. And the way this thing done, according to the leader of the opposition, the process, how this thing done, I want to, my goes out to them, especially the women. And it all demonstrates as month after month in June, you could see this administration is just coming over more anti-poor people, anti-working class, and it's just hardship that taking place. When you're there, it's painful when you hear many of those jobs, you know, the people home. I mean, no bushing program, no that they're saying NNP used to give handouts, creating opportunities for our people. That is on the zero, you know. But you're hearing who getting the handouts? Those big boys and those. But I'm calling on the authorities. Come and clear the air. Come on our press conference. Don't let some NDC party operators blaming technocrats for they are the cause. The ministers have to take full responsibility. They are the policy makers. They make decisions for the technocrats to implement. And they have to come out, you know. They have to face the media and explain the situation. If you look at it, it's a hush-hush. And in there, hiding. And a hush-hush. They have to come and clear the air, especially with what is taking place with the vendors and all other issues. Even the bank, the Minister of Finance and the former one, and the board of directors, they have to come and explain to the people about the monies that the minister get, and say if it is alleged, if it's true or not. Come on and clear the air. Don't take the Grenada people. Don't take them for a ride. And I want to tell my people, the Lord is our shepherd. Even though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thy rod and thy staff shall comfort us. My people, be strong. Let's pray, and we will overcome very soon. Thank you.
And what is also the caller before Igwe, he made a salient point out the whole condition. So picture this. How come the world condition is what it is and we cannot escape it? But men getting $2.3 million loan, men getting $1.7 million loan, men getting $300,000 loan from a place that's supposed to help the small man, and the small man want $20-something thousand and
he can't get.
That's what's happening down here.
Whose
and that's what the government doing
seek?
here.
Whose interest you seek?
That's what's happening here. And that's why we're speaking about it. So yeah, we understand how the world condition, they say, when the men up they catch cool, we catching it down here. Yes. But how come some get in and they say 7 of them, they say yeah, orders. That's why the concern. And they brazenly tell they doing it. They don't care.
They go bust the bank.
They go bust the country. Like the country money are going in the bank.
Country are bossing.
You let me take it.
Call on the WhatsApp. Hello. Call on the WhatsApp. Hello. 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 Let's try this next. Try this next one.
Hello.
Hello. The phone line.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah,
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're hearing you.
Hey, good afternoon, KB. Carl.
How are you doing, Chief?
Yeah. Good afternoon to Dr. Mitchell. Good afternoon to NMPites. Good on the whole. Listen, to the caller that call and say about the war in Ukraine and world crisis. You know, all year around in the game, Carl and KB, I don't know if you guys remember when you used to be talking about youthful inexperience and arrogance.
Yeah.
It is on high display now, because let's go back to 2008 when the NDC administration was in power and we had a financial crisis, and they blame everything that went wrong on the financial crisis, and they lost it in 2013, and the NMP administration went through the we had to take a haircut.
We had to take a haircut.
Financial restructuring.
Structural adjustment.
Yeah. And the NMP administration proved that it was capable and did it without sending home one civil servant. Instead of sending home a civil servant, they add more people to the public service. They employed more people. Then the NMP government went through COVID. COVID did more damage to the world economy than the war in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine.
I agree, because people go
and at one time you right? At one time you was wondering if if Grenada was on another planet.
Yeah.
Because Grenada was
lockdown,
didn't have no COVID, the economy was doing fine. You know, it shows that the same old man that they're talking about was doing what he's supposed to do, and through his experience was steering the country on the right path. The youthful guys now come in, like they always say, the old man need to go and rest, and they didn't take the time to learn from the old man. And now they're trying to blame everything on the little war that is going on. But if you look at it, the war started in February, and NNP was started, and then was maneuvering and governing the country, and the people was not feeling the effect as it is now. So when you try to blame it on the war, it's not so, because we have the different governments to contrast and see which one really is capable of delivering in hard times. So I'm hoping that caller is listening. I mean, when you not just blame it on the events out there, we as a third world country, I mean, we suffer when things like that happen. But it's what we do as a smaller nation. We have to learn to for example,
to cushion that effect.
To cushion the effect.
Yeah.
For example, the NMP government, through the CBI program, they set aside 40% of that funds.
Yes.
They came in and youthful arrogance again. What they do? They cut it down to 10%.
10%, yeah. Wasting
So
money.
you see, they're not thinking. They're not thinking
saving,
about saving for
not
rainy
buffer.
days.
They're not creating that buffer.
You understand? So that's why the citizens is going to feel the effect when the larger countries out there do things, because we are taught, well, we depend on certain things from them. So if we don't put aside things, we would feel the effect. And that's what the NFP government was doing. But what they do, everything that was there, they remove
Dismantle it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Now, I have to make a point here. And the last caller indicated the National Transformation Fund, which was 40% KB.
Yeah.
Financial prudence.
Yeah.
By the NNP. And this fund enabled us to go through the pandemic unscathed. The same boast they boasting about increasing salary. This fund enabled the government to give public workers.
Yeah.
Enable that nobody lost their job, when in every other country, people lose work except Grenada.
Barbados was the worst.
So that means the past administration did something good or was doing something good. And that was part of the National Transformation Fund, which was 40%. Now they break it down to 10. So we are with. So it's not about just world condition, it's managing the economy is not being done proper at this time.
Yes, man.
Let's say the call.
4420175. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. This minister and them what? Borrowing money from the bank. Supposing now, next election, they lose the seat. How they pay back that money?
Well, the Prime Minister speak about that, you know. He say about if you are on contract and Mr. Andy Williams is on contract with the Grenadian people for about 5 years. Mr. Lacrette is on contract with the Prime Minister because he select him. So when the Grenadian people decide one term they giving them, then we go know. A lot of things we go know, the place go open like book. The place go open like book that time. And who want to go up in His Majesty's pleasure, we go know.
Yeah, because
we go know.
Let me go up to the fella's belly back.
I don't know about that.
What is interesting, you talking about the money borrowed from the bank. Yeah. What's about the tax they owe to the government, and they owe over $2 million tax?
A politician has to make a jail in Grenada. As long as they would stop the command. They command too much, man.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We have one on the WhatsApp. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Carl. I would like to ask you a question. I heard that the economic decline in 2020 by $125 million. We had a deficit. In 2022, we had a surplus of $15 million, US dollars, opposed to total. And by the end of this year, alone that they expect $125 million. So they could
You're breaking up, we're not hearing you, man.
Signal bad.
The IMF has indicated, KB, that the growth of Grenada's economy for this year will be 3%. The growth for last year was 6%, so there's a decrease.
Yeah.
The Fiscal Responsibility Act, which enables government to deal with salary and wages, the government is telling people, the teachers union, the Police Welfare Association, the Prison Welfare Association, public workers, that there is constraint with the Fiscal Responsibility Act, so they can't offer them more. So there are indication that it is not as you say it is. And that the government was saying nothing. The government telling them on the negotiating there is constraint with the Fiscal Responsibility Act. You might not understand that. But the Fiscal Responsibility Act tells you how much government could use for salaries and wages. You don't have to believe me. You could go and ask the Minister of Finance. Don't believe me. Or go and ask the Prime Minister how the Fiscal Responsibility Act, the wage bill rule, applies to the growth of the economy.
Hello on the WhatsApp. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, KB.
Hey, how you doing, Chief? How you doing?
Good afternoon. KB. I'm okay, man. Okay. KB, when you look at what's going on in the country, remember when NDC came in when election came and they win the election, what they said that the Treasury was pregnant with money. Right?
Yeah, they
so
say that.
The Treasury has money.
As a matter of fact, one tell KB how keep Michelle wicked.
Exactly, because what if it happened though? Like, wherever the money are going, they say the greater people want a lot of money, and they need a lot of money. But who getting the money? Right? The little that the poor people was getting from the government, including the high cost of living, right? What did the government come and do? They remove it and put the people more on the strain, more pressure upon the people. So I ask myself the question: if some of the politicians that came in, that run for NDC and they win, if there was Brooks, there was a lot of debt. And many of them came be politicians just see if they could win the seat and win government so that the debt or the mortgage could be paid for. And when you look at what is happening, is exactly what that was going on, right? Because they came in, they win who they win, and be senators. They get a loan from the Greater Development Bank. The poor man who want a little money to do some business, to like hire two persons, he can't get it. Right? So you have the policies of this government making life much more difficult for the people who can compete in math, especially poor people. And making life more difficult for them. Because the Treasury has money. So where are the money going? Who benefiting from it? It is them who came in there to rip and to rip off the kakada the money they in the bank. In the bank, because nobody getting work, they hire nobody, but money going out, money spending, everybody spending for people working by the month, people working by fortnightly pay those salaries, but you have people who owe the government big money, who came into politics came in, and they have mortgage to pay on the house, they had to pay, they don't have a house, they getting loan in the Greater Development Bank. But the poor man who want to expand business, that he got 2 or 3 persons, doesn't for him. So you see what happened? They put all the people in place so that they could get money. Yeah. But the poor man, even some of the supporters who support them, they cannot get nothing. Right? They cannot get. Right? So it's coming. They come in politics to rip off the money that the people of America compete to benefit from that. This is what people they came.
What you're so correct.
I know, like I always say,
you're so correct.
In history they talk about Francis Drake, right? And they would have some men coming on a journey. What are you expecting them? And what are you expecting them to do? That's exactly what they come to do. They come to rip off the poor people and to enjoy their life while the poor people suffering.
Well, you see, one politician owe a bank $15 million. When you go pay that debt? You owe a bank 15. What you come in politics and do? You come to solve, not to get money to pay your debt, not to become rich. $15 million. Arise Amos boss. 4420175.
Let's take the one on the WhatsApp. Hello on the WhatsApp.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
How are you guys doing?
Not bad at all.
You are the barbecue stand ready?
You have to get 2 ready, eh?
Not yet.
All right.
Yeah. To the caller that call from Canada and referencing Chris Christie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I see the NDC party. The NDC party in Grenada right now is like the Republicans. You see, just like how they say Biden old and Biden senile, and it's what the man doing. If you look at what the Republicans doing to America right now concerning the debt ceiling, that is exactly what NDC doing Grenada right now. Exactly. Right? And we need to take a page from that book because once America go into recession, you're gonna start going on in Grenada. Right? I have been fully informed last night at a certain meeting in New York. A Grenadian went to talk to Honorable Williams, and she was basically shunned from talking to Minister Williams because she's perceived to be an NNP. These men go and do the meet and greet under the guise of being a minister, and they're shunning people. Minister Andy, Minister Ron, stop doing that. Meet with the people, right? Grenadians are in the diaspora, and we have NNPites, we have supporters, we are NDCites, we have supporters, but you have to meet the Grenadian people. Don't choose one group and shun the other group.
But what they go up there, ministers or party people?
Well, I don't know what it was in it, but all I hear in the day in some carnival launch today, you know? And that's what the men do. The men traveling like birds, so that's life, man. Let it continue. But let's have a good day.
All right, take care, all the best.
At this juncture, KB and Igwe and Moss, I'm sending out my heartfelt sympathy to the relatives and family of Super General Reggie.
Strong NNPI boy.
Yeah.
Universally.
Original body.
Yeah, man.
Well, he affectionately known by my Super. He's he be passing off Super, a champion of the NNP, a bastion of the support group in Riverside. My condolence to your relatives and family at this time. I will make my presence be felt sometime during the week. So rest assured, I have you in my prayers and my thoughts.
Yes, people from
and my tear I shed on that evening was for real. Friday evening, they were for real, General.
Yeah, man. And ask all NNPites to visit the home, visit the family, members from the executive or the party who can make the trip. You go and sympathize with the family. Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Kevin?
How you going, mommy? How you going?
Well, I just speak me out, that is all right.
No, man.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
We dey here and we wondering when you calling, you know.
I mean, a whole time I'm calling and nobody taking the call. I'm watching the worst singer and the controlling. They're taking the one.
You watching me, Igwe? You don't taking call.
I just put me aside.
Nah, man. We don't throw you under the
When
bus.
they get new people, they forget the whole room. They forget the whole room.
Comes like that, man. She like that.
All right. How you going? How you doing?
Anyhow, we like what Deacon doing us. So I don't complain because everybody are listening this afternoon. Everybody calling and saying, oh, they're suffering and they're tired and let's do this, let's do that. Who want to come down from
the country?
St. Andrews?
Yes.
Grenadians is a bunch of cowards. We all of us are a bunch of cowards. And that every time. One morning we just get up and we had this is the voice of that. Right? Deacon Mitchell leaving Grenada and he going and all as he reach back on the airport, we don't put him under house arrest. That's what we have to do. We just only talk. Only talk. We coward. So we what he doing us. We love what he doing to us. So I don't complain. Do not complain. And I'm tired and fed up with hearing that. We should do something long.
We shouldn't sit down.
Nobody don't want to. I don't want to hear what they do to us in Grenada, what shares they sell. I want them manage them. Let all of us out and manage them because we, the government, the people of Grenada, California, Pity Martin, is the government, not the commission and the 9 prime minister you have in Grenada. And if you can't get help there, call on international people, call on America. Call on other countries to help us. That's why we have to do that. If Grenadians first to come out and put them under house arrest, put Andy and them under house arrest, the 9 prime ministers you have in Grenada, I don't talk about receiving trouble here. Forget that. Are you talking too much? And Dr. Mitchell always come out and speak. Why you want him to do? What are you want him again to do? He could let Dixon
Dr. Mitchell, he could talk all what he had to talk. He could tell Dr. Mitchell, come and have a press conference. He didn't know what they want. So I don't understand when some callers call him and say, the opposition. Dr. Mitchell doing what he want, Mr. KB, Mr. Carl. You hear?
Yeah, we're listening.
Yes. He can't put a gun in the head and tell him, have a press conference and him. So I don't know what you want. If I didn't want to, you should have gone vote for them. So take what all you get now and don't complain. Otherwise put them under house arrest. We as the government, the people, we are taking things and put in income, put them there. Leave Dr. Mitchell now.
All right, Cam.
Have a good evening.
Well, you take care.
All right,
What
bless.
they
do.
All right. Come serious this evening. Let's take the one. Let's take the one on the WhatsApp. On the WhatsApp, hello.
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 Hi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, we're
Hello,
listening.
Master Carl.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. I was a little unsure. Good afternoon to Master Carl and Mr. KB, Mr. Bodlal.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I want to really compliment you two gentlemen on the excellent work you have been doing, bringing information. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
The excellent work you have been doing, bringing information to the listening public of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, and those abroad and all over the world, because there is a lot of information that really needs to be shared. I want to compliment you on that. So many.
There's a WhatsApp, you know the WhatsApp does lose.
Hello?
Yeah, go on. Go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah, but it is so nice. You'll have to call back.
Okay.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on. Let's take the one on the the people on the landline, just hold on when you call. Don't just hang up, hold on. We have our next call on the WhatsApp, Kiwi.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, afternoon, guys. I heard that the Grenada Invitational has been canceled this year.
Yeah,
But what do they expect? They said the grounds are destroyed. It's all messed up. But what do you expect when they sent them all of the skilled personnel? They fired all of them, send them home, and now they have to cancel the invitational. This is ridiculous. All right, have a good afternoon.
All right,
thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Go right ahead.
Yes, can I go ahead now? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I called earlier on the WhatsApp. It didn't quite work. Good afternoon to both Master Carl and Mr. KB.
Thank you.
And good afternoon to all of the fellow sufferers in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We are all dismayed at what is happening in our country and very hurt. I just want to empathize with the barbers, the hairdressers, the allied health workers, the market vendors, and many others who have been just unceremoniously removed, or they have had such draconian demands made on them to move in very short time without proper consultation, without adequate alternatives being given to them. And I really hope that this government, who really has proven themselves not to be a consultative government, a government that empathizes with people, that they would start rethinking in the cry through this medium and several others in our country. I'm really, really distressed at what I hear about the allied health workers. Any measures that you have to put in place, there has to be a process. And there has to be consultation, and persons have to be given a chance to be heard, so that whatever the process is, it will be fair to the persons involved, and it will give them the time they need to put structures in place, and that has not happened. Maybe our Prime Minister needs to be a little bit more grounded, stay and talk to the people as he had promised to, rather than going for the place, sometimes maybe even representing his own self. I am also worried about our monies in the Grenada Development Bank and the irresponsible manner in which these monies are being handed out as personal favors. And I hope we can soon put a halt to that. And maybe the nation needs to be told what will happen to this money, how they will be paid back, so that Grenada would not suffer so harshly from what we see happening. I heard the discussions on what is happening on the global scene and what is happening wherever, and I think persons answer that very, very adequately. I just want to add one thing. Now, I remember some months ago when gas price went down, some people said it was the Prime Minister who brought it down.
Yes. If you
And I hope
could
now that
give you
we
a
are going to
12.
learn that the Prime Minister of the country has no control over the gas price from abroad. What he has control over is that he can cap the price to make it more accessible to people who really need to buy gas. But he couldn't put it down. So people who thought that he could have adjusted it as he wanted to, the global price, I hope that now they are learning that he has no control, because the price is really increasing and something needs to be done about it. Before I go to five, I understand that this week is Nurses Week. And if that is so, I would really like to express congratulations, commendations to the nurses, our country. And I just want to extend to all other health workers and frontliners. I want to say to them that many of you are doing an excellent job. It's unfortunate the few who bring discredit to the profession. But those of you who are doing the right thing, continue to do that regardless. Continue to serve your people, and the good Lord will bless you. I also want to send commendation to Vaughn. When I saw a video of Trouble in the Morning being played, and I want to digress a little bit from your topic, it merits mention that a young man from the rural areas who played a song that the Japanese fan players could see it fit to play, Trouble in the Morning. I want to compliment him. I want to lament again 2 workers who went to do home care, who were doing home care in St. Mark. These 2 people were just called after the beginning of the month, on the 3rd of the month, and just told that they were dismissed. They had never been called before to be told if they were problems with their work, where they had shortcomings, where the shortfall was, and to be encouraged to improve on it. They were just told that they could not work anymore because they were not doing their work properly. But we have a problem there. Now, we had a very competent person who was monitoring and training these people. And a nice young lady was put there. I have nothing against the lady. I like her. I have regard for her. But she wasn't trained in that field. Now, you somebody who has the competencies, has the qualifications, and you put a young person who doesn't have it, instead of saying to that person, well, we're going to bring in that person, we need that person to be trained under you, and at some point in time, there will be some changes. They just send that person home, and so the caring hands people have to rely on the training that they had received before, because the person who is in charge needs somebody to be in charge as well, because she has not had the training. So she told them when she gets the training, then she'll be able to guide them and help them. So I mentioned this because it affects maybe 2 persons directly, but a lot more indirectly because they have families. But so it just shows you the trend of what is going on in Grenada. Just dismiss people. So when you have a global situation that is impacting negatively on all our people, what has to happen is that the mitigation measures in our country must kick in, and one of them has to be to create jobs and not to just send people home. The NDP has created jobs, but for jobs for the boys, the cronies, the activists, but the people who genuinely need jobs, they have been sent home when they have been doing this to perform with no explanation. Last thing I want to speak about very briefly, I know there are others who want to call. The medical station in Victoria is due to be open on Wednesday. Lest it happens that others try to take, like the present government, tries to take credit for it, I want to say that this medical station, the conception, the drawing, the consultation, which doesn't happen now, was done over the past few years, and that work was started long. It was started before the election, and I want to say kudos to the contractor and his workers. They've done an excellent job, and I see the moving back is taking place. And I'm really proud of what the New National Party has done in Victoria on a street called Queen Street. I want to take 1 minute to talk about Queen Street. On Queen Street, you can see evidence of the performance of the New National Party and the MP. In where that medical station has been completed there now, it's a nice little complex, a daycare center, a resource center above, and now the medical station. And we could go further down, but I wouldn't take up too much of the time.
Go ahead,
but
man.
every village you go in this parish, you can see evidence of infrastructure, development of people, as has been done throughout the length of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Too many programs, which is topic for another discussion. And I want to say I'm proud of what has happened. I wait to see what happens at the opening, but I want everyone to know that this was done thanks to the New National Party. Thank you, gentlemen. You are doing an excellent job and continue to do so. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. I think I wonder why the parliamentarian or ministers or government of the NNP, former ministers, don't come out like Sister Clarice Modest.
Just call.
Call and
just call
and boast the work of the New National Party, man.
That's a problem I have with
I
them.
really was upset with them when they remain dumb and don't say anything like
just call, man.
The NNP don't do nothing in the village, like they do nothing in the constituency.
Call.
Yeah, man.
Phone line open.
Yeah, 4420175.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
We just asking if that the same country Dr. Mitchell was ruling.
Yeah.
That's the same country.
Yeah.
So that call from Canada, I know I'm speaking about. What am I come out, man? Some knowledge and that. What we want to know is about the money. What them just chipping up with this slackness.
Save madam.
Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about reality. Come on, man. Come on, Carla, do better than that. It's smarter than that. Dr. Kit Mitchell was there. And the treasury was fat. Mal thinking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Carla.
All right, brother.
Talk. You see, my problem with somebody online? Hello?
Yeah. We getting rid of this call and then the next call.
Hello?
Hello,
good afternoon.
Wow. Good afternoon.
Baby.
Hi.
You make me get empty for calling. Good afternoon, KB, Carl, Igwe, everybody. Have a good afternoon. One thing I don't even check. I should take the Prime Minister for what else call it again? A mental check to the head. I don't seem the head right. I hear by the grapevine he want to bring Grenada Republic. I heard he said again changing things, he doing things different. He's a liar and he go fight for who? But what I'm seeing is only those on top there, he pushing up higher and he pushing down the lower set, lower down in the pit. Nothing, I can't even put up nothing by my house to say I could fry 2 chicken wings. I have to license and get certificate to fry 2 pieces of chicken and sell passing and make 2 snow ice. These people don't care about anybody. All they care about plane and take all those people's school children, send them down when he come one day is that by the time he reach down, he have to turn around and go again. When they come out in the king, whatever the king orientation or whatever they call it, they're going on their own business and have their own pocket meeting over the place and what they're doing here. When they come back, go and excel. That's what I hear. Because they put him to get back Grand Lake. That is what he come to do. Get rid of Marketing, get rid of Kit Mitchell, get rid of the NNP, and who ended in Grenada badly wounded. So my brothers, keep on exposing all what they inside the body. Expose it. Bust the bottom of the body so please let us know what's going on. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Keep on doing what you are doing to let especially poor people like me, so we don't know what's going on in the country. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a call on the WhatsApp. Hello on the WhatsApp.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Master Carl. Well, Igwe finally get you.
Yeah, well, the phone line is something else.
It is said, try and try, you'll succeed at last. KB and Master Carl, we have an issue that I am bothered by. I say I am bothered by it. We must not play blind to it. We must not play deaf to it. It is the issue as it relates to the dock salary. The court ruled that those who don't work should not be paid.
Facts.
That is a ruling of the court. We have a violation. We have a violation of the court where the money is being paid. Okay? Right. And on top of that, we have a boast about the violation. You have persons boasting about the violation. Oh, the dock salary has been paid and the dock salary has been paid. But it is a violation of the court order. I want to know what the court will do as it relates to the violation. Because I'm speaking to each and every person listening. If a court order was issued against or to us, each and every one of us, and we had violated that order, we know definitely that the court would have taken action against us for violating the order. My concern is, what is the court doing as it relates to the violation of its order? It's clear and simple. A court order has been violated. It is a court order, lawful and legal. It has been violated, irrespective of who violates the order. I would like to know what is the court doing as it relates to that violation, because it turns out now to be a slap in the court face, because we have persons gloating and boasting that the money is being paid where the court says it should not be paid. So everything now rests squarely in the court hand. Thanks to Master Carl for hearing me.
All
right, take care.
What the thing, we need to get a legal opinion on that. I can ventilate on that one. Hello.
They'll call back 442-0175. Blow the fuse. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Go right ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Master Carl.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Listen, I'm calling concerning the meet and greet they have in America today. I think it was yesterday had a meet and greet.
Lower your radio down, please, when you're talking, so we could hear you clearly.
Sorry for that.
All right, go ahead.
The meet and greet they have in America. I want to know the diaspora living here in Grenada. If in Grenada we want to meet and greet the ministers and they are not showing up. So I really want to know what is the purpose of them going to meet and greet the same set of people. Not the first time, the second time, the third time. They're going to meet and greet the people in diaspora. Is it the diaspora nation that give them way forward how to run this country? Or is it we in Grenada that is feeling the pinch of what is happening here and not the diaspora? We need to meet and greet the people, the ministers here. They are shielding from the people here in Grenada. I wonder why. Have a good day.
Yeah, take care.
It's a fun thing for them, man.
Mm-hmm. No, well, you see, we in Grenada now, we go ask them too much of technical questions. So we don't want to meet and greet with us. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, 4420175.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes.
Hey, good afternoon, KB and Carl Igwe. No longer trying to get you. Yes, I just want to comment Dr. Modest on a statement to we in St. Mark, because one of the persons that was sent home is my sister, and I find that was so unjustifiable. All right, it was said that okay, the ministry give her the right away to fire her, to send her home, give the supervisor the okay. I don't know what was said to the people in the ministry, but it was done by the supervisor, no call, and even some people who supported the NDC say that was unjustifiable done. Right? It was too unjustified. You can, and not only she, it was another person. They sent home them people for what was the cause. Oh, they get some report that she wasn't bathing the man, that she wasn't seeing after the man properly, that she was. Here at times when the woman going, the person go another place, she alone staying. Sometimes the woman coming and she meeting the man in the stench. The family, he will go to sleep, he will get up, the family wouldn't approach him. My sister will go and meet the man in his stench. You understand? And she had to clean him up, he alone. She alone, I mean. You understand? So that was not good enough. Second of all, I would like to say that from next month, we will be stepping up on the outreach public meetings. We will go into village, towns, to the different places and holding public meeting.
Who's we?
The St. Max NNP group. We will be going about holding public, because there's a lot of things we are hearing on the radio, but how many of us, of the people in St. Max, listen to these meetings and then you guys hold even and talking points and kind of things to get the issues. So we are going out with a system, going out through villages and telling people about the issues, because they would not put it on the news. Yeah, we are telling them all the issues of the GDB Bank, the issues of the ports, and all the different issues which the government are hiding, and the news people are afraid to come out and tell them. You understand? So we are going out to that from next month. So we will be on the road, and these things should be done in every NNP constituency.
I agree.
In every area.
I agree.
We need to go out. People need to, because just as in 2008 after we lost, we had the People's Parliament where we go out and we relate to this issue, which the news will fail, which the news failed to give us. We are doing that again. So we are stepping up the game, and we have to step up the game. We have to, people who strayed away, we welcoming them back home. We got this forget of what they did, forget the decision what they make. We all make bad decisions. Even when we in church, we make bad decisions. We leave the church for some reason. We come back and they welcome us with open arms. Right? So we are doing that, and we need the force behind us. So we go into every constituency, every polling division, every different part of Victoria, and we are going to preach that message.
You sound like a real politician, man.
I hear your key. At every secondary level, must let to be a politician.
You really sound, because that is what we needed all the time.
On the block, man.
On the block, man. Communication. Communication.
Come out in the community.
Yeah, man.
We call that fist-to-fist combat.
Yeah, man. Nothing.
And let the people know what is going on.
Nothing could beat eyeball to eyeball rapport. Nothing could beat it. Watch them in the eye. Touch them. Feel them.
So, I think on the second week of we will be going out. We'll be holding the first village meeting.
Yes,
we ain't say yet. We ain't say which part in Victoria in St. Mark
Congrats,
yet.
congrats,
but we will be going out. We will be starting the ball.
Yeah,
you understand? There is a lot of things. People are hurting all day. You're just sending home people left, right, and center. You're putting people in position based on a vote for NDC. They don't even have the qualification. They don't even have the expertise. And you're sending the people who have the real expertise. You're not even leaving them to train the younger ones. You just send them home and you just put somebody because they vote for me. How stupid that is.
Country can run, sir.
Yeah, that is unjustifiable to what they did to my sister, there, man. You understand? Because here what's happening.
We feel happy, man.
Yeah, what happened? She tell my sister, come up for her salary the Friday. My sister, I am my nephew. My nephew do taxi. He do taxi. So she came up in and she spent $20, go $20 back to Maran. When she reached up there, when she informed us to come up Friday morning, when she reached the lady home, the lady ended. No way to be found. Where she is, so my sister, me tell her, look, I'm really disappointed in you because you're telling me come up for my salary, and here you cannot. Here, when I reach up at your home, you are not there to be found. No way to be found and all that kind of a thing. $40 for taxi, 20 to go, 20 to come back. That is not good enough for you. So I figure, I don't know, she may get offense to that plus or that. I don't know what she must have heard, and she may be going to bring out kind of blind report to the ministry, and the people didn't even call her to find out what it is, to hear her side of the story.
She was not able to defend herself.
No, she don't get no hearing, and that is not good enough, and that is the trend these people is do, and that is the trend. They just hear something. Once they hear something, that's it. Send them home. Send them home, and that is not good enough. That is a bad road going on a deadly and a slippery road. Yeah. And if we don't wake up and put people on the alert, we will be going down to a dead end.
Man. Yeah, man.
We will be going down. Well, anyway, and our time is coming close to an end.
Yeah.
So I will call again next week.
Thank you.
All right.
Fist-to-fist combat.
I have a nice question here for you, Igwe. Somebody tell me to ask you.
Yeah.
Imagine the PM, a lawyer by profession, breaking the laws, breaking the court order. Can the court file a judgment against this disrespect by the government?
I don't know. We got to find it.
All right. So anybody know the answer, you could WhatsApp me that too as well, because we want a little answer that.
Carly was making a statement, or we
continue.
No, let me take call.
Okay. Hello.
Very run down the clock.
Hello.
Yes, AB.
Hey.
The caller from Bashe, he's a Grenadian, eh? He says he's in Canada. Why don't come back in Grenada and live? Come in Grenada and live. Book your flight and come home. But the caller before the man I just talked to, I want to thank her for saying what the NNP do. Because some of us in Grenada, KB,
yes,
use his mouth and say Dr. Michelin do nothing. You understand? And I could recall in different parishes things that the NNP government do for this country. And we're very ungrateful as a people. So sometimes, KB, to be honest, I don't sorry for what's going on with some people. Because they say you do nothing, Kit Michelle do nothing, and they do nothing. They get to be sabotaged. The children get a scholarship. You understand? They get toilet and bathroom. They get They get road where they used to walk in mud and they say they don't do nothing. So sometimes I say good. And I don't want nobody in Grenada to start from his scammy. You hear? If I make me bed bad, let me line it.
Right.
We too ungrateful. We too ungrateful. And a party in new road. And then that road. And some people giving the NDCD the prop. They don't do nothing yet. More than sending home people and put them in and saying, this is weak time now. That is weak time. I don't show you down this wrong with no pressure. Because are you try to figure out the far long? Not this wrong.
Don't fall
I
again.
leave it all you to do all you have to do. Because I know the God I serve. He will stop all you from flying in plane just now. He will stop all you from getting money in bank. Watch and see. They say, wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with the wings like eagles. I'm waiting on the Lord. I believe in Him. I know He's in charge. Have a good evening, Grenada. And I don't afraid of you. I don't afraid of Bonnie here. And you can do me nothing. Nothing all you could do. I could only stop. Tomorrow morning, call and shaggy and run out your mouth. I don't live in my house. I in my old house. Thank God for Dr. Michelle and the NSP government. I get it. Have a good evening.
Good. Me, keep Michelle.
You have again?
No. There's like 3 minutes left.
KB,
Right.
what is your closing remarks?
The new driver can't drive in.
Well, my closing remarks is that asking NNP, one caller, let's unite. Let's stay together. Let's go out in the public as a team and prepare this country to take power next election. Let's do it now. I love when these callers say, let's stay together, let's unite. That is my call for today.
Ego, you good?
Yes, well,
full behind
and when we're passing by General Family, we need to visit General.
Yeah, we need to.
Too much as our real NNP stalwart we lose, you know. Oh.
Igwe, what is your closing remarks, Igwe? We want to hear from you.
You want to hear from me?
Yes.
The new driver can drive?
Yes.
That's my closing remarks.
Well, let me be that.
Yeah, they're getting it now.
They don't like that tune at all.
I hear some man had those jump when he come
What
on.
do you man do?
Oh God, already done it.
Plate man, the new driver can drive.
But they listening every day still.
Yeah, they're listening. They can't help it. Because they have to hear what we say.
So all those who contributed to the program, who listen, all our supporters, and even the haters, because we know
you have a lot of haters.
You might learn a thing or two to try to do better by the people.
Haters. But it's alright.
So be blessed.
We still love all
next
you.
week.
Right.
This is Urban Life.
You asking me what is wrong with